Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 63 of Shattered Earth. This is part 2, the Tower of Massus. Last time, you guys had essentially reunited with one of the long lost members of Scholars March, named Chance, and taken the opportunity to infiltrate the lair of one of the members of the Knights of the Black Circle in what is known as the Tower of Massus. Went through the first couple floors, fought some arcane anomalies, did some puzzle solving, and got a cool new book. Now, as you have claimed your prize, what would you like to do?
Well, I don't know how beat up everyone else is, but I could stand, if possible, to do some kind of a short rest. If nobody's up for it, I realize it's not the most exciting thing, but I could stand to use a couple of hit dice and stop the bleeding. I think that'd be pretty good. And I realize we're kind of in not the friendliest territory, but if nobody objects to it, well, I have been doing the tiny hut thing. I mean, just because it lasts as long as it, does doesn't mean we can't just use it for an hour. So I could just spend 10 minutes ritual casting that sucker, which hopefully won't set off any more unfriendlies.
Okay, I have to ask, what's everyone's situation right now?
I'm good on health for the most part. I can heal you up if you need it.
Lemmy is the most injured out of everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
He
little
could
over.
use at least a healing potion.
Yeah, I'm a little over half, but I'm trying to conserve the healing potions, and I'd like to, rest and use some hit dice. But if there's just not time, there's not time. So
If we have any spells, I would suggest we use that first, because
okay, all right, and a warning about that. I'm
it's a matter about
speaking.
like time, and most of us are able to go on without much issue. So if we can just burn a cure wounds or something on you, should be.
Oh, I'm fresh as a graveyard daisies.
Okay,
I would.
yeah,
There is there. There you go. 14 more health.
all right, cool. I'll take it. That'll
Do you need more? Or
no, that'll put me in pretty good. That'll put me in pretty good shape. So I guess that'll just have to do for now. So,
You also want to ask, double check your spellcasting feature. Let me make sure that you have ritual casting as part of that. If you don't, then it always costs a spell slot to use Tiny Hut.
yeah, it's there. Ritual casting under wizard. Yeah, that's a thing.
You are correct.
Yep.
I forgot that you were part wizard. I don't know why. You know, you know what? Now I do know why, because I've been playing fucking Baldur's Gate, and I was playing it on the I just want to experience the story mode, and it doesn't let you multi-class in that one, so you're stuck with whatever class you have. It's just stupid. You should be able to absolutely roll over the game with a multi-class character and just fucking play.
I'm booing you for playing on scrub mode.
Look, all right.
There's also a reason why it stops at level 12.
Yeah, there's a reason why. Yeah, because you get 6-level spells and elementals are busted. And other summons as well. But in any case,
Well, I guess, yeah, I could hand something over to Chance. I was thinking about that. I realized I gave him a sword before, but I figure something that might help him actually hit something with it is this amulet I got. I don't mind giving him my clockwork amulet. I've never used it, so he might be able to get some mileage out of that. So I will hand it off to him if he's willing to accept it.
Is that a
Does it require
is yeah? Does that require attunement?
No, it doesn't require attunement. It just lets you take a 10 on one attack roll a day. It's nothing special, but hey, when you really need that 10, it just seems like you're swinging around a little more than me. So here you go, man.
It's a 10 on any D20 roll you make. That's
I think
I think it's
I
like
think
an
it's
ability
attack.
check or attack rolls.
I think it's attack rolls only. Actually, it's pretty limited.
I thought it was also skills, but
Uh,
I guess I had a clockwork amulet to my.
all right, I'll take it off mine if you want to add it to yours.
no, you're right. It is only attack rolls. Weird. I thought it was a skill check thing too, but apparently not.
I guess that means once per day I can make my. Well, it's not going to help much for the short sword, but it'll help for like my flame blade.
So there you go.
Because the short sword, that's unfortunate. Because the short sword, I'm not proficient in that.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, short swords are martial.
Well, maybe there's a change for that, possibly. But we'll wait and see.
Me prepare healing spells? Come on.
Meanwhile, I like my flame blade. That would mean I'd be if I did that. I'd take it. I'd have a 18 just flat. Like I guess just take 10. So
No, so I already have a clockwork amulet.
That'll also work.
Cool. All
all
right.
right. Now, can someone remind me what the fuck we were doing last time?
Let's see if I remember
Because we
right.
haven't played in like a month.
Yeah, last time we were
Exactly, I'm not.
we were exploring the tower, and I know we saw a cool tapestry that Chance decided to set on fire as kind of family privilege, I guess is the best way to put it. So,
Middle finger to Zaria. You found a cool book. The last thing we did was you
No,
avoided
it was
the
the middle
trap
finger
around the
to.
book and then got the
No.
heart.
It was the middle finger to Zariel. It was the middle finger to the person who usurped Zariel. Zariel's current, as far as I understand it, currently part of the core.
That's true.
Because this is the timeline where Zariel redeemed herself.
Yep. She's no longer around as far as
okay. And yeah, so you destroyed that, and then we came in here, and there may have been some other destruction, especially in this center room here. I guess one thing I might do is look around and see if there are any books here or there that look valuable, because hey, books can sometimes be exchanged for money. So
Sure.
I guess I'd
Is there any topic in particular you'd be interested in looking for? Or are you just looking for anything that pops out?
Did we figure out what that book, that special book did? The one that's currently bound in chains?
Somebody identified it. It's a Heartseeker's primer.
Yep, yeah, I've got that Heart Weaver's primer. Yeah, it's got some serious punch when it comes to a lot of enchantment type stuff. It's it's a very charming book, you might say, or something like that. Yes, but
No,
I
I'm
guess
not much of an illusionist, so.
yeah, I lean that way a bit. So yeah.
Enchantment.
But yeah, well, I guess I will probably, on that note, since I found one really magical book, I'd probably look around for mainly stuff that focuses on the arcane, and yeah, that'd be the main focus. I guess if I stumble across something that's interesting from a history perspective, I might pick that up. But the main, I'm focusing, 70% on looking for arcane stuff, and the other 30%, if I find some cool history book that's like, I don't know, history of extremely rare cities or lost civilizations or something, then yeah, but unless it kind of really sticks out from first look, I'm going to focus more on books that tell me more about magic. That's kind of where most of my interests lie. So
Roll a investigation check then.
okay.
Nice. Okay, 22. There's a book near the entrance, since everything's kind of arranged alphabetically. There's a book near the entrance called Arcanite and all its variations.
Okay. Well, I will scoop that up then. All right. All right. Let's see.
If you want to read it, whenever you want to read it, let me know.
Oh. All right. Yeah. I'd very much like to look through and read it. Yeah, now. So.
Okay. So the introduction of the book is basically just it's an intro to Arcanite and what general knowledge people who studied it have found out about the material. As you know, most of you who are have gone to school for magic know, Arcanite is magically irradiated crystalline particles that exist in the atmosphere of Rhea and beyond. That in the roiling storm above sometimes crystallize and stick together in the way that raindrops do and fall to earth in chunks. Or are gathered by airship barges, airship trawlers, or sail essentially to people with arcane persuasions for use in their spell casting or enchanting or whatever they have the use for. Then it goes on to explain the 5 different types of Arcanite that are known. Some of which you've already come across, some of which maybe you haven't. There's green Arcanite, there's blue Arcanite, there's white Arcanite, there's amber Arcanite, and there's red Arcanite. If any of those catch your interest, let me know and I can read you more.
My God, they're like a Power Rangers power up.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'd probably first have interest in blue Arcanite if for no other reason than I've in the fairly recent past seen a very, very large example of that. So, you know that thing that almost went floor to ceiling in that other room. I think that huge one back at the mansion.
Okay. So, chapter on blue Arcanites essentially says the blue Arcanite, also known as refined Arcanite, is produced by stabilizing green Arcanite in a process known as foisting, wherein excess magical energy is carefully siphoned away and impurities in the crystals are removed with geomancy magic. This variant can it doesn't have as much of a tendency to detonate when exposed to flame, and it can absorb far more magical energy into itself before it destabilizing. It goes on to say that while it's not ideal for infusing items with magic during the enchanting process, blue Arcanite in and of itself is excellent when used as a battery for long-term enchantments and sustained spellcasting. Which makes sense to you considering that basically every ship, every airship known to man runs off of a blue Arcanite engine in some capacity to continuously make it fly.
Okay. Interesting.
Is there a black Arcanite? Or, theory and whatnot.
Flipping through the book, you do not see an entry on black Arcanite. There is white Arcanite. That's the next chapter.
Sure, why not?
Sounds good. Yeah, let's give it a look. I don't think I've heard of that.
This is going to be familiar to people from the last game. But white arcanite is colloquially referred to as starglaze due to its extraterrestrial origins and pale, smooth textures. It is made from, like other forms of arcanite, irradiated chunks of Rhea that were flung off but did not get stuck in the atmosphere and instead made it to orbit around Rhea's sun, or at least that's the prevailing theory. Ever so often, a chunk of this will be recaptured by the planet's gravitational pull and descend through the atmosphere again in a brilliant streak of light like a comet. The phenomenon is so rare, and the chances of starglaze making landfall are even rarer, that not much is really known about its properties, and not many people have had the chance to experiment with it over the years. Starglaze, like green arcanite, has a tendency to produce random magical effects when exposed to other forms of magic, but is far more stable a material to work with. The description that's given in one of the paragraphs is glass that you can hammer, an account of a blacksmith who's worked with material before.
Hammer as in shaped it, as in made it into some. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you thought of molten glass and how they, blow it, spin it, form it into shapes. It's like that, except you can mold it with a hammer. Same way you would metal.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. I guess the next one I would probably look at after that is that amber one? That doesn't sound familiar at all. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. But I'd definitely be interested in looking at that one next for sure.
Amber arcanite is only ever found in the Underdark. It's used as a construction material, a byproduct of the mutant insectoids that are known as core spawn. Amber arcanite is essentially like beehive material almost for these things, where they will use it to construct enormous multifaceted cocoons and hives underground to incubate their young. The material itself is extremely resistant to magic, but is fairly brittle when struck with blunt objects. This is another material that's not super widely known, seeing as it's extremely dangerous to go after. Core spawn are typically in high number and have a tendency to kidnap people and transform them into other core spawn. From what's been observed by people in the past to those that have made it back to Telltale, essentially the kidnapping victims are insulated with amber arcanite and exposed to the raw light of Rhea's core, which in turn magically mutates and transforms them into other core spawn.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. That also sounds maybe useful for other things, but yeah, that sounds like quite a risk going after a chunk of their hive. So, okay. I guess the other one that would pique my interest, since I already know a fair bit about green, would be the red stuff. Red arcanite.
Red arcanite is the most dangerous and rare version of arcanite that is known by anyone so far. Red arcanite requires constant exposure to magic in order to keep it from exploding. And it's primarily only created at the moment of detonation when overloading other variations of arcanite, which is why it's among the most rare materials to obtain. Essentially, you have a split second where red arcanite exists and then it explodes. There have been several attempts that are documented in this book to create and stabilize large quantities of red arcanite, including venturing down into a core spawn hive and continuously exposing samples of Arcanite to direct core light at all times. The only problem with that is you have to get past the core spawn. And usually the magic is too much anyway, so the crystals just explode. There is one method that's provided more success, but only marginally, and that is if you are to use the red Arcanite to capture the essence of an extraplanar being that's summoned to the material. It can stabilize the crystals temporarily, but it rapidly eats away at the creature's essence, whatever's trapped in there, until that creature is no more and the crystal explodes anyway.
Okay, something to definitely file under very dangerous ideas. I like it.
Useful though.
Okay, well, I've scratched that reading itch. I'm definitely going to hold on to this book. Somebody will probably be interested in it if I can ever find a place to sell it without immediately getting turned in for a bounty equivalent to the cost of a small city. Yeah. But that might happen one day. If nothing else, maybe I can encounter some underworld types who don't ask too many questions, but yeah. That's a bad idea for other reasons, and some of the same ones. So, all right. Well, I don't know if there's much of anything else to find here in this place of books. If anybody else wants to look around, great. Otherwise, maybe we should start, heading. We were going down, right? I'm trying to remember if we're going up? Okay. It's been a while, so disorienting. All right. So, yeah, I guess go up the stairs unless there's anything to look at around here in the library. I think we've explored all there is to explore books-wise. And maybe blown up a chunk of it. Oops. Uh-oh.
Let me put you guys on the next page. Second. Are you just waltzing upstairs, or is there any preparations being made? Spells casting, anything like that?
I think they know we're here already.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I think they might know we're here.
More than likely.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try this again. What happened there?
6 of you, right?
I think.
6, 7. 7. I'm missing Xenivore.
All right.
Grab him real quick, and then I'll put you on the next page. Here. There. Okay.
Okay.
So, in this room, you guys find yourself among several rows of planters, in which are planted several examples of magical plants being tended to by what looks to be a half goat, half man creature holding a woodcutter's axe in one hand and a flowering pot in the other. At the center of the room, there is a small well filled with water, and a couple of other rooms off to the side besides. If anyone wants to roll what would it be? Arcana or a nature check? Probably the two.
I am equally bad at both those things.
I'll give Arcana a try. Yeah.
Ignore the guidance, because I don't think I would have had time to cast guidance.
That's fine. 20, 21.
Or you have to beat me by 1. God.
Looks like it.
We making Arcana checks?
Yep. Arcana or nature, your choice.
Well, everyone's made Arcana, so I guess I'll make a Nature to see if I can get more information on it as to get.
Why you gotta go against the grain, man?
Then I
God.
roll a 5.
This here. In the other book, I think it might be in the. Oh no, there it is. 202. Okay. Let's see. Nature skill. So okay. Nature, history, or Arcana. So if anyone wants to history check, you can as well. Okay. So we have 20 Arcana, 21 Arcana, 17 Arcana, 13 Nature.
Can I make a History check too, or just the Nature?
If you want to make a history check, yeah, you can. Let me do this round of stuff first, so I don't get confused with the numbers, though. So the Arcana checks, the 3 Arcana checks. David, you're not particularly well versed. You fell asleep in your botany class, so you don't know this information. But Lemmy and Falarian, you both are able to determine that these are magical plants that are extremely dangerous to interact with, for the most part. You have to be very careful when interacting with these kinds of plants, or else you might end up injured, for lack of a better word. But if you were to successfully take some materials from them, you could potentially create potions, tinctures, oils, different things depending on the plant, like magical consumables, essentially.
Okay, I guess relating to that, do I happen to see from where I am anything that looks like that flower that I got back in the mansion, the midnight shade flower? Do I see something that looks like another example of that?
Not in this room, no. The
Okay.
midnight shade is a more naturally occurring plant. It's not necessarily magically inclined. These are all extremely magically inclined.
Good to know. Okay, different kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That 13 nature check. These are what's commonly known as mage plants. Mage plants are created rather than occurring naturally. You have to kind of infuse different plants with magic and water them with like different types of like magically infused water, and do a bunch of different stuff to them in order to grow them successfully.
So it's a lot. It's a lot of work for probably comparatively not as much value.
No, because you can harvest these for magic item materials, but they also serve as a form of defense mechanism against places you want protected. So these are examples of plants that probably in this room are probably not meant for defense necessarily. These are probably the cultivations or like alchemical materials. But these plants are favorite among mages who have like towers off in the middle of fucking nowhere that they don't want people to get to, because you can plant a bunch of these random things, infuse them with magic over a long period of time, and essentially create yourself a fortress of mutated magical defenses.
Oh, I wonder if I could get some seedlings.
All right, now can I make that history roll, or do you want me to wait a bit longer?
Yeah, now you can do other rolls if you want to.
25 on that history check.
Sure.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Chances a historian. Well, it's Aquarian, but basically the same field.
Sure. So what I will also say is, let's see. That history check is to identify one of the specific plants. So these plants in this row right here, this planter here, those are all what is known as thunder blossoms. Thunder blossoms are like roses that if you disturb them too much, the roses spin off of the stems and explode in a shower of thorns and make a loud popping noise.
Lovely. And are we gonna talk about the goat man over here, or is he not actually there?
Oh, he's there.
He's there. No, he's there. I mentioned he's half goat, half man creature, commonly known as a satyr to those of you who rolled above a 20 in Arcana. A fey creature who appears to be tending the plants at the moment. He has a woodcutter's axe in one hand, and he has a flowering pot or a watering can. What the fuck am I trying to say? A watering can in the other. He's just going about his day. You guys kind of saunter up the stairs.
Like, we all just have our weapons and shields ready, and this guy just chilling up here and taking care of the plants.
Pretty much. At a certain
hello?
point, I was gonna say, at a certain point, he finishes watering one thing, turns around to dunk the watering can in the well, and sees you all standing there. He says, "Oh, hello. New guests to the tower."
Something like that.
All right, well, please mind the plants.
Yeah, what was the name of these ones that are in front of us again?
These ones right here in this planter are thunder blossoms. Excuse me.
Those the ones identified with the history, or was it the ones in this one?
That's the history one.
Those are thunder blossoms, yes.
Aye,
The ones over there.
aye. They're these ones. Not exactly the early warning system. Those are planted outside, but these we can turn into magical tinctures. You've got quite an eye for magical plants there.
Well, I dabble when I read history, and magical plants happen to just come up.
Oh,
Well, just mind the plants while you're here.
you're not going to attack us?
No, heavens no. Why would I attack you? You've not disturbed the plants yet.
I believe we're a little bit jittery. Some certain magical constructs decided to be a bit ornery upstairs.
Well, those, they can be. I'm not allowed to go upstairs for that very reason, really. But, just, mind your business, and you can look but don't touch, essentially.
Can I ask you something? Or request something?
Sure, knock yourself out.
You said don't touch, so... But you could obviously touch them, yes?
Well, I know how to handle them.
Do you by chance have some seedlings?
As a matter of fact, I do, but, I'm not, inclined to share them. I'm collecting them for Mistress Urena.
Urena, is that a name I know at all, or a name I can
the
roll
person
for?
who owns this tower. It's the person who's the Knight of the Black Circle. Part of the correspondence letter you picked up from Havgren's mansion.
You know she's...
No. That's wait. What is that the name of the Black Iron Cross that we marked? Or?
No, this different person. This is
I think that was
the reason you know about the tower in the first place is because Hadrigan was going to visit her here. He has correspondence with someone named Urena that lives in this tower. You have not met yet.
You didn't know she's evil, right?
I mean, evil's a broad term.
Okay, fair enough, but evil to us, at least.
Well,
And the kingdom.
Well, I find
I
that
don't-
kind of rude.
yeah, we don't know the situation.
She did conspire to kill the king and got away with it.
Maybe you had
Well,
it coming.
Yeah. You're from the Feywild, yes? I'm not misunderstanding.
Um, you see, he gets a kind of a curious look as he kind of wrinkles his brow at that statement and says, I don't know.
Do you not remember? Oh,
Eh, I remember the tower. Don't really remember much before, now that I think about it. Huh. And you watch as the axe at his side, there's kind of a very slight flare of magic, and you watch his eyes kind of glaze over for a moment, and shakes his head and looks up at you. Oh, new members to the tower. Welcome. Just mind the plants. Try not to touch.
we'll do. We were just coming down. We were about to head back up the stairs. Just thought we'd come down and take a look at these lovely flowers. And I'll gesture for everyone to kind of start going back up the stairs.
He begins to water the thunder blossoms as you guys begin to move throughout the room.
I was gonna suggest we go back upstairs so we can talk without being overheard, but
Up to you.
Wait, we came from downstairs, right?
Yes, you are heading up the tower.
oh, I thought we were heading down. My mistake.
Okay.
That was a hunter fuck up, not a chance
Okay.
fuck up.
we are
guess-
all confused.
I guess one thing I would very, trying to be as subtle about it as I can, but just from where I am, I would try to get a look at those thunder blossoms and just see if there are any maybe clusters of them that look like they only weigh a few pounds. Counting the plant in the dirt. Smaller ones along the edge, perhaps, of the plant or something like that. Just curious, maybe something that weighs under 5 pounds. No particular reason, just, interested in looking at the growth clusters.
You're just trying to find out more information about them.
Just mainly seeing if they're, I don't want to touch them. Just want to see if I can see from here if there are any, if there might be a fairly small, group of them. I know conventional rose bushes, can weigh anywhere from a couple of pounds up to maybe as much as 20, and I just want to see if there's one that's maybe on the smaller side in with the planter. So that's pretty much it. Maybe a perception thing. I don't know if that'd be.
I mean, you're right there. You're 15 feet away.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very neatly trimmed. Whoever this satyr is very good at his job. That much you know. The bushes are about chest high to him, and he's like 5'10", you'd assume. So he's been trimming them. He can kind of see over the bushes, but they're all kind of equal height, equally pruned. And you see he's being very, very careful when it comes to watering them in the first place. And once he's done with that, he kind of sets the watering can on the edge of the well behind him and takes the woodcutter's axe in one hand and very gently takes one of the rose the blossoms itself, and with the woodcutter's axe he kind of like does a quick chop at the stem and plucks it away, sniffs it for a moment, and then begins to move past you into this room. Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see if I can get a look at that? I take a glance at the axe while he's mucking about with it, see if I can spot any like runes on it or anything like that.
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
$21.
Yeah, the axe is, I mean, most certainly magical. As you've watched him kind of use this, it's basically like he's using it. You know, it's an axe. It's meant for chopping shit usually, but he uses it as if it were any other gardening tool. He's using it as like to prune the flowers, and he's using it to kind of stir the soil up a little bit, and that kind of thing. So he's very deft at using it. But it is obviously magical and probably has several enchantments on it, considering that flash you saw before he addressed you as if he had never met you before, and on top of that, the way that he was able to pluck the Thunder Blossom without it going off, probably due to some magical enchantment on the axe's part.
So it's very like Chance can infer that there's probably some kind of memory charm on it.
There's probably multiple different enchantments on the axe.
Memory charm was this one of my fucking Harry Potter? Why'd I say it like that?
Oh,
You're a Gryffindor.
it's a more polite thing than saying cursed AF.
You're a Harry wizard.
I don't think it's cursed per se. I think it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Okay.
What it's supposed to be doing is keeping the satyr under Irana's thrall.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not cursed.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
he has a terrible past that he'd rather forget about anyway, and this is a blessing. I don't know his story. Neither does he.
I mean, it's a matter of curses where, like, at least in my estimation, curses are generally something that's more.
Oh, no, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that it could be still enchanted to, like, if it leaves the satyr, it kills him.
Could also explain why he's never put. Well, granted,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah. It might actually be cursed because I just remembered that the thing with curses is with cursed items that they make it very difficult for the person that's attuned to it to put it down.
Yeah, I guess relating to that, I'd probably be interested in watching him and seeing if, while he goes about his gardening routine, if he ever puts it down to do any sort of watering or other tasks, or does he always keep it in one hand?
Hold up. We could just... Oh, I don't know. He seemed a little bit hospitable as long as we don't fuck with the plants. Why don't we just chill here and rest?
I don't
think we need to.
I don't particularly have a problem with that. I mean, I'm sure it smells very nice.
But we why are we resting?
Well, one thing that would be a bit of a help to me is if we did do that, I could actually do some interesting things with this nifty book that I found. But I'd have to attune to it, and that's not the sort of thing that happens while you're walking. But hey,
And that last fight did take a lot of resources from some of us.
Yeah.
Not saying it was me, but it wasn't me, actually. Or was it me?
He watches the satyr comes out with the axe kind of slung onto his back, carrying what appears to be a large burlap sack in both arms. And he begins to sprinkle this like black ashy material over the top of some mushrooms that are growing on the leftmost planter here, that are gently on fire.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh.
I guess I would probably ask him a question about the mushrooms. I'd like to know more about what those are. If he's willing to talk about what he's tending. If he's not, that's fine. It's just I don't think I've ever seen their like before. I'd probably ask him what those are and what he's putting on them.
Says, the rings of fire need stoking every now and then. Keep the flames from dying out.
Okay, is that ash that you're feeding them, or is it something else?
It's charcoal.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not exactly an expert on those kinds of things, but do they link together at the roots, or are they just kind of how do they grow? Do they have like a shared root system, or do they kind of just grow individually in that bed there?
They typically grow, well, in formations like this. They tend to have greater potency, so we've arranged for them to be set up in this way. But they can grow by themselves. They're just not quite as potent when they do.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess my question would be about that. Then the roots just kind of grow each one as a single unit. They don't interlace, I guess is what I was asking. I'm just curious about it. They're just really neat.
But as a ring of fire, they do. When you arrange them like this,
Oh.
they all kind of link up and keep each other going.
Interesting. Interesting. Ah, I see. That way they share that. Okay. That's really neat. Okay. I might yeah, realistically I would probably carefully to just get a better look at them from about not too close about here.
Roll me a nature or arcana.
Probably Arcana. I'm not great at nature. So.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll grab the other book.
Oh, okay.
It's been so long, I don't remember where I got these fucking things. Hold on. Here we go. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I just, I don't know why, but I was using my old driver's license as a bookmark, apparently.
Hey, why not? I think I did that with an old Hastings card. I think that was even back when they were still around. But yeah.
Let me find the glossary for this one. I think it's in here still. I can't find them anywhere in this book. I'm pretty sure they're here because this is the book that I was using when I was making this tower in the first place.
Okay.
I can find them. Gotta be in the first like, half of this book. And close to the mage plants or around.
Okay. I guess the main thing I would probably be looking at on that, I don't know if this is something you'd have information on or not, but In a formate, or can I see roughly how many of the mushrooms there are there in the ring of fire?
Sure. I want to make sure that I get the information correct, but I want to say like at least 7 per ring.
7 per ring, and
There's 3
would
rings set up.
would I be able to discern approximately what the weight of one of those rings would be? Would it be like 20 pounds, 100 pounds,
No,
2 pounds?
They're mushrooms. They weigh almost nothing.
Oh, okay. So one of those rings would probably be under a pound then, right?
Oh yeah, easily. It probably would be under half a pound, to be honest. I wouldn't even make you put a weight in on your character sheet if you would. So
Okay.
if you could take some.
But yeah, with but still along with I mean, I assume that they're growing are they growing in dirt, or is it completely charcoal that they're down in the bed of?
they're growing in dirt. That
Okay.
is like he's sprinkling the charcoal like over the top so that the flames catch, essentially.
Okay.
And feed the flames of the mushrooms.
Good to know. All right.
These are all plants.
Okay. Well, I am probably just gonna hang back for the moment. If anybody else wants to ask him some questions, okay. I actually have to step away for a few minutes. Sorry about that, but if it's okay, I am going to send something. I realize it'll probably be uneventful, but I'm just gonna send you something over the DM about if something goes badly. There's something I would like for Lemmy to do.
I found them.
If
I found what they're called.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
the mushrooms are called rings of fire when they're arranged in a circle like this, but the individual mushrooms are called Hell's Reach.
Okay.
Other than that, I would need a nature check to know more about that, essentially. But
as
you
far
could,
as
with that Arcana check that you made, if you have a proficiency in alchemist supplies or an herbalism kit, you can either like kill them or harvest them in some way, and use different reagents that you can create an oil that can be applied to your armor, and conveys fire resistance to the armor and the wearer of the armor for 24 hours.
Okay. All right. I just made a nature roll as well, just to kind of see general stuff about how much one of the rings of fire plus some dirt would weigh. So I'm guessing maybe a pound, something like that. Have enough.
Yeah, you could. I
growth.
mean, if you have the thing is that the mushrooms are alive in a sense that if you get close to them, they're gonna try and eat you. Because they have a with that nature check and that arcana check, you know that what you're viewing right now is like essentially an on fire red mushroom cap, but underneath the cap there are these like pale white tentacles that can strike out and burn.
Okay, attack mushrooms. So they're not as passive as the thunder blossoms, for example.
No, well, even the thunder blossoms are like volatile.
But they won't actively reach out at you and try to eat your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As long as you don't get too close, or as long as they're well fed, then they won't need to try and burn you. You also know that they are immune to fire, and that if you were to attack a mushroom, there's a chance, or if you were to mishandle it, there's a chance that the liquid inside the mushroom that makes it burn can splash on you and burn you as well. So it has kind of a retaliatory feature.
Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, I have got to step out for a minute. So I'll be back probably in about 10. I'm just going to hang toward the back here, and anybody who wants to talk to this guy about anything, great. I know we don't know much about right behind or the other stuff way over on the far side, but knowledge is good. So anybody wants to have a crack at it, okay. But otherwise, I am gonna move back toward the back of the room. Yeah, I'm just gonna move back by Galay, and yeah, just kind of at the moment take it easy. So, all right, I will see y'all in a while, and yeah, all right. Hope to be back very shortly. Thanks, guys.
You got it. Anything else anyone else wants to do?
Nope, I'm good.
What are you doing next? You want it all? Standing here admiring the plants, or
Like I said, I wanted to tell the guys, ask the group, like, if you could take a rest here, but nobody, except for like two people, like, pitched into that idea. So I don't know what to do. Or we could just keep on going. I mean, Satyr, as far as Valerian is concerned, the Satyr is not really an issue. He's here doing his shit.
Yeah. Well, I say we keep going.
all in favor of moving on? Going once?
Yeah, I say let's keep going because like we don't really have much reason to rest right now.
Praise. Okay.
Might come back and try and help the satyr though, but that's going to be for later when we aren't.
Ha. Help the satyr later. I get it.
Die.
This next part is kind of tight. Interesting trying to fit all. And I'm missing. Okay, that's about as good as I can do, I guess. Okay. So this one is a maze of tight corridors at the top of the stairs. You can see like different hallways going off in different directions, but apart from that, there's not really a whole lot of room to like stand next to each other here, squeeze past. So I'm gonna have to kind of maneuver. Have to kind of maneuver around and through each other and squeeze around in this area.
That's how you know this is a wizard's tower.
Why couldn't we have a nice, broad, open space?
Because wizards don't know how to do anything in terms of just normal.
Common sense?
They need to make things needlessly complex. When they're so worried about intruders, it's called have a fucking lock.
I mean, I could also argue some of the temples are that way as well.
Did I say that they were above the above scrutiny? I'm just saying
No, I'm not. I'm just throwing them under the table as well.
this wizard towers is needlessly complex.
Oh god, I'm stuck in the wall. I'm in the wall. I'm in the goddamn wall.
Part of the wall, part of the crew. Part of the wall, part of the crew.
Well, to the back rooms with you.
Oh no.
You're free to explore the room as you see fit.
Ah.
My ghost light should not have worn out by now, still.
I don't think so. It lasts for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, I still have no vision. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have vision.
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
asking you.
piece of shit ass, stupid ass. What was it?
Ghostlight?
No, I know, but okay. First of all, you hadn't needed to cast Ghost Light.
I casted it when we were finding the candles.
We're fighting the candles.
Candle golems, wax golems, whatever.
I
The
don't.
candle
The
frogs.
frogs. I don't remember that at all. What was the Ghost Light's?
And I designated the one other person that doesn't have the dark vision
Right, right.
specifically. Yes, I can see.
All right. Yeah, you're free to explore. This is a part where you wander around and find stuff, and when you get to something interesting, you can invest.
Oh yay, a statue. And fuck, Fuego got stuck in the wall.
Yeah, try to avoid the walls at all costs, I guess.
They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls!
Flesh to stone cast on everyone who touches a wall. There is a statue at the end of this kind of recess here, of a minotaur holding a battle axe in his hands, on top of a kind of a stone platform with a plaque.
Alright, can I make any roll to like figure out the fuck up of the statue, or is it just a statue?
I mean, you can investigate it closer if you'd like to.
Yeah. Now what statue get up and fucking shank me?
Just it looks like a stone statue. Um, there is um, a blank plaque on the base of the statue that, when you approach, fiery script begins to kind of etch itself across the surface in Infernal. Says,
I can read Infernal, so what the fuck's it saying?
says, time existed before me, but history can only begin after my creation.
Say that again.
Time existed before me, but history can only begin after my creation.
Memory?
No, it's not memory. Similar. No. I want to say history?
No,
Because-
that doesn't work.
No, not history itself. I mean, written history.
Ah! Chance will say
No.
Infernal. Writing.
Exactly the answer you needed. The plaque itself, the script, erases itself, and two new words are etched onto the plaque: 10 and 9.
Of course.
Of course.
What is 10 will become 9.
I think I got that backwards.
Oh yeah, I did get backwards, didn't I? Look, it's
Yeah.
been a month. Chance would have remembered the right way of saying it.
It's been a while. Brittle wire.
It's been a long time.
After a short period of time, the infernal script once again fades away.
So nothing happens when Chance says the line, the party line there.
No, just after a certain period of time, it just goes away. Not in reaction to anything you said.
Okay. Does the riddle reform after a certain period of time? Like, oh, hey, this is like.
Nope. Statue remains dormant.
What was the riddle again? Sorry.
The riddle was time existed before me, but history can only begin after my creation.
Yeah, we answered that one already.
Yes, exactly. You answered it,
Yeah.
you got the
No.
answer, and you
And then
got
it
you got a
said
phrase, and then it went
10,
dormant.
9. It was literally just 10, the numbers 10 and the number and the number 9.
Oh, maybe it's a number combination. Let's keep on exploring.
Nothing in this hallway. I see a candle. I shouldn't be the one in the lead here, but I am.
You're all kind
You'll
of
be
going in
fine.
your own directions here.
Oh, no statue.
Yeah, another statue.
As you approach this statue, the riddle once again appears on the blank plaque. It says, I am an eye hidden by fog. Elves, dwarves, and gnomes alike grimace at my presence, though most have never seen me.
Can you write that down?
I've already written it down, so I will copy and paste it.
Yeah, that works.
It's in roll 20.
Elves, dwarves, and gnomes. I mean, all three have dark vision, don't they? It's not the sun.
Tell me how much of this you're saying out loud, by the way.
I'm not. I'm not saying any of it out loud.
They all have. uh, They all have dark vision, right?
I think so. I don't know about gnomes.
Yeah.
I don't think gnomes get that.
Google it and find out. Yes, gnomes do have dark vision.
I learned something.
By the way, Lemmy, if you're back, this is a maze portion where you're kind of wandering around. So if you want to wander the maze and kind of map it out for yourself, go for it.
Okay. I'll just do that. I guess I'm where I'm supposed to be, so alright, I'll move around.
You want to be with the party? Because I can just drag you around as if you were with.
Yeah, I was just gonna follow along, so.
Elves, dwarves, gnomes, they both have dark vision and they grimace at, bright light because of sun, bright light. And nobody really sees the sun in their light because it burns out their eyes.
Chance will hazard a guess and say the sun.
The script once again burns away. The phrase that you're given is and be.
And with the last one of 10, 9.
Yeah, sorry, I'm stupid. Good, decent at riddle or logic or sense. But doesn't have common sense.
I mean, it was the sun. We were I thought the sun, but I was overthinking like a motherfucker.
Eye hidden by fog in this setting definitely screams the sun. And the elves, dwarves, and gnomes thing is referencing Drow, Svirfneblin, and Dwergar with sunlight.
I wasn't too
sensitivity.
far off.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that was gonna, because like Drow are generally distinguished from the rest of the elves, so the fact that they weren't was like, oh,
They're still elves.
Even though they don't want to be treated like one. Because
alright.
they're emo. Hey!
All right, what's this one say?
The answer to every question. When you think you have it, you likely have it not.
I want to say 42 feet.
It would be a funny meta joke, but
Hmm.
yourselves. The answer to the riddle.
This is actually tough.
Hmm. The answer to every question. When you think you have it not. When the answer?
It's close. That's not the answer the statue was looking for, unfortunately. But you watch.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
That's
watch
gonna-
as the infernal script is wiped away and the statue above you on the plinth lowers its head to look at you, hefts its battle axe, and is ready for combat. I need you to roll initiative. And y'all are where you are on the map, so here we go.
all right, I have to ask, what was the actual answer?
Well, you may still find out.
Oh,
But for right
oh,
now,
what?
it's
After
combat.
that.
oh shit! I'm at the other side of the room.
Yes, you are. This is why.
I don't even know where I am.
I'll wait
So-
for you to put the tracker on.
Yep. Yay, a 1.
Quick. Cryo, every other answer you have.
Why is it still the token? I don't know why it doesn't save my fucking changes, but look at this shit.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
It could be the character sheet itself. Hold on. Fuego. Fuego. Is the token's name set to one? Yeah, the token's name is set to 1.
But I changed that. I give the fuck up.
It's not on the character sheet, it's on the token itself. Update default token. There we go. Now it's correct. Okay, perfect. Alright, so Lemmy's up first. Lemmy, you hear shouts of alarm from down the hallway.
Do I have any idea which way it is?
Yeah, I mean it's coming from somewhere behind you.
Which hallway? Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere over here.
Okay.
That's the problem with navigating a maze, is you gotta know where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. I thought I was following around with them, but I guess it was. All right. Good deal.
You were
Right.
following me, who was distracted by the pretty rocks on the wall.
Yes,
Uh.
yes. The stonework is immaculate.
Okay. Yeah, I do admire pretty stonework. Fair enough. All right. I'd probably move over. I don't know. This way, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how much movement that is, but sure.
It's 35, so you'd have to dash to get there, I think.
Probably wouldn't do that then. I would probably only move 30. So, yep, definitely I'd move 30, and I would, yeah, with where I am, I would attempt to bonus action hide and make a stealth check. So,
Sure. For
yep,
it.
that's where I'm at. So.
You just still have an
Let's see.
action.
Isn't the stealth check the action though?
You can hide as a bonus action as a rogue.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if. Okay. Well, shoot. I guess. Sure. I will. Just roll stealth bonus action to hide. There's that. So maybe I'm hidden. Maybe I'm not. And. Yeah, I guess from where I am, if I would, from what I can see, if, yeah, I'd ready a short bow shot. If something comes around the corner, I will do my best to plink it. So if something enters my field of view, to shoot an arrow at it. That's where I'm at.
You might want to identify that as hostile or friendly.
Yes,
first.
if it is identifiable as someone I I do not know as a friendly member of the. Yeah,
Okay.
then I will.
I don't think VG would be enough of a cunt to say again. I'll shoot the first one that comes to that door. Like fucking David walks around a corner and gets me a fucking shot in the head.
Oh, I
I
absolutely
am.
would.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
absolutely
I am
would.
holding. I am holding my shot for a a hostile or unknown individual that I have not met before.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Just I have a little bit of a PTSD from my previous DMs. Make me kill my own teammate because I worded the things ready action very badly.
Yes, I would have absolutely made you take a shot because you would have been startled by this, someone whipping around the corner.
Yeah, I am holding my shot for a hostile or
All right.
hostile or stranger.
All right, David, you're up. So keep in mind that these hallways are very, very tight, so moving through allied spaces is the same as squeezing.
That.
It costs you double movement, and you're easier to hit while you're moving through.
I'm going right here. Do a firebolt at the statue.
Or
Ah!
yep, that hits.
Just
Wow, that's shit damage. Anyways, move back here and turn.
okay for future reference. I assume that squeezing through a friendly character space is not affected by size in any way, right?
No. Well, it can be, but in this case, you're not tiny, so
Yeah,
still
fair
have to
enough.
squeeze. So basically, it's like anything like your size and one up and one down. If the hallway is permissible for it. So this is like small and
Right.
medium creatures moving around, unless you have a
Yep.
feature that says like the halfling feature that says you can occupy allied spaces.
Got it. Yeah, I
There's
kind of
nothing
figured it
to
was
do.
something like that. So
Yeah.
much thanks.
All right, Fuego then.
Yep.
Squeeze. Ish. And now for the nom.
Biting into stone.
Go.
17 actually hits, so that one will be 5 points of. And his
Oh
attacks
wait,
are
I didn't even have to move him at all. I didn't have to move him. He
Oh,
has
he
reach.
has reach. That's right. Yeah. Well, he has reach on what though?
He only
just
has the
a
one
bite,
attack.
So
Yeah, he only has
how does that work? He just snakes his neck around and he becomes a giraffe for a second.
I was thinking more like, well, if you look at the shape of his body, if you look at the token art, it's a matter of like, the head does stick out further than the rest of the body. Just
Oh, I know, but like
it's more just him like lunging forward.
it's you're giving him an extra 5 feet to his neck, so like he's like a snapping turtle. He just kind of comes out and grabs you. All right, 5 points of piercing damage. Sounds good. His attacks are magical, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Chance.
Well. Haha.
Or all at disadvantage.
Oh, that's wrong fucking spell.
I was gonna say, blast him with scorching ray to the chest.
I meant flame blade.
Okay, fantastic. Your concentration on that. There you go. See if you can scorch him. Take your attacks.
You mean attack? I only get one of these for some. I have no method of getting extra attacks off of this.
Sure.
And Lolamau.
Hey, that works. Did you upcast this? Oh, channel elements. I see. So that's what, 12?
Yep, 12. And if he has fire resistance, no, he doesn't.
Does not have any resistance to that, so he just takes full 12. All right, cool. And he's still basically like getting off of the platform. He was kind of slow to start up here. Anything else you want to do?
It says it doesn't have an action cost. I'll just pop Flames of Phlegethos.
Sure. So you can cause flames to breathe until the end of blah 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 blah. Flames are creature. Okay, cool. Valerian.
Oh, what's going on over there? Good grief.
So let me sprint around the corner and head up the hallway.
30 feet will get me here. If I squeeze through the line, that's half speed, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna dash. So that cost me 15 movements, so 15 more, correct?
Yep. That's correct.
Oh, good lord.
So Valerian squeezes past you, Lemmy, and heads around the corner and says, "Oh, good lord."
Yeah, because he probably just walked around the corner and got just flash banged with a lot of light.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have my
Like,
shield.
that's the light that Shant's getting off right now because he's covered in fire.
Ghost light, hello.
Also, Ghost Light is active. Okay, cool.
I can't do anything, that's my turn.
No more. Okay, no bonus action. Anything. Fantastic. Denivore from his position around the corner there.
We. Yes, we. Swing, swing, swing.
I mean, swing,
Or
swing,
just-
you'll get two.
Okay. It's been a month.
It's been a month. It's been a month.
It's been one hell of a month, yeah.
True.
No.
Oh,
All right. Well, the 21 hits for 9. We'll do that. And then the natural 1, unfortunately, means he gets to take a swing. So as you miss that one, he finally hefts his battle axe up and takes a swing at you. 25 to hit for 16 points.
oh, that hits. And I'm pretty sure all that there goes to David.
Yes, it does. That's how that works now.
Okay, so 13.
God, sorry, I'm moving him around. Go for it. It's my bad. He's underneath Fuego right now for some reason.
And it's his turn.
He can't end in his ally's space, so we're gonna have to move him back here.
Oh.
Okay. Now the golem, or the statue, quote unquote. 2 shots, stone battle axe. We'll do 1 on each of the creatures in front of him. So he's gonna just do 1 wide swing that's gonna count for 2 attacks. Oh, good.
Oh, he got motherfucker got sweep.
Yeah, 17 to hit and a natural 20 for 30 to hit.
At what?
At you and Fuego. The first one, 17 is you. The natural 20 is on Fuego.
Okay.
So 25 slashing damage, and then the net 20 gives him 23 points of slashing damage.
What's that total?
48.
Okay. I went from 67 to 19 HP.
That's how that works. That is
Also,
what
why
he can do on his
Fuego up
turn.
there. Put it back where Fuego is. Why don't you move Fuego up?
That's where he is.
No, he's here.
Yeah,
He's on Chance's left. He's not Chance's up and north.
I know, he is right there. On
I
my screen.
think you're having a visual glitch.
Yeah, there. I'll move him around a bit, but that's where he was on my screen anyway.
I'll refresh the page, but I'm gonna take a screen snap just to say that.
Don't worry about it. Just fucking refresh it. Lemmy, it's your turn now. you heard this scraping of stone on stone, and you heard Chance yelp out in pain.
I'm glad we're not doing massive damage rolls, otherwise I'd be fucked.
Okay.
You ready to don't fuck around?
Yeah. All right. Okay, I got an idea. So, let me get around here.
Yeah, this was the balancing act we signed up for. With
So let's
somebody,
see.
so.
That's 5, 10. Well, there isn't really. So how do I get through here? All right. I guess I go to there, and that'd be 20, right? Because I'm in his space.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess from where I am, can I see the golem? It looks like I can see part of him at least.
If you can see part of him, what part can you
Yeah.
see? Just the axe?
Yeah, it looks like.
And he's gonna have partial cover. He'll be
Okay.
hard to hit from this
So-
angle. If you get into a different angle, he might be able.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, I don't know if I can. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, so that's 20 right there. Where does this put me? I don't know if that puts me at. I don't know how that works.
Where did you go? Oh, there you are.
Also, Flame Blade
What's-
drops because I physically don't think I can pass
What's
combat check.
What's that put me at?
For 23? Because this is 2 instances of damage, so you need to make 2 con checks.
Ooh. Right. So actually, I could keep Flame Blade up.
You could, yeah. So if you're underneath Xenivore right now, right? Let me.
Yeah, I guess I am at the moment. I think that used 30 movement, to the best of my knowledge. I
So
think
you went,
Yeah, Flame Blade's gone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think.
10, 20,
And then
30, 40.
Really?
Yeah. This is 10 feet every time you go through, right? So 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. Your bonus
Okay,
action
so-
dashing, then that's 40. And you could go there and not be in his space. And that'd be 45.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to do that. So that way I'm not in a friendly space. So, and I can still see him. So that's something. All right. Yeah. All right. eh. I'll give it a whirl. All right. I will attempt to cast Mind Sliver on the golem. If it's even got enough of a mind for that to do anything, let's find out.
What's the damage type?
Let's see. Psychic,
No effect.
no effect. All right. Well, I wasted my action there. That's good.
It has no mind for you to grab a hold of and deal damage to.
Good to know. All right. I don't think there's anything else I can do this round, so that's that. I won't even bother making the roll. So
David.
Hippity hoppity. So you're raised in this guy's space city.
Or go for it.
Yeah, they're like, hold up, somebody's doing something.
He does take damage. Yes.
Did I get blessed? I don't know. I don't want
If I had
to.
remembered, I would have rolled that 1 on my Flame Blade damage.
There you go. Well, I mean, re-roll it now because it's supposed to be right. 19, 26, and 20 all hit. That is 10. 4 is 14. I don't know where the bless comes from. And then 5 is 19 points.
Yeah.
And that didn't matter. So 19 points of damage. Fantastic. Okay.
And then I move.
Wrong guy.
Roll 20. I swear to God.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh.
Okay.
Then turn.
Back to Fuego.
Yeah, nom nom.
Now with a Now with a decent-sized axe wound in his body. But the 12 doesn't hit, but the natural 20 certainly will. 9 points of damage. Fantastic. Auto hits are always nice to have. Back to Chance.
I'm going to spend my last second level spell slot for another Flame Blade.
Alright.
And because I really would rather not risk it, I'm just going to use that handy amulet I was just given and take 10, so 18.
Okay. 18 does hit. Fantastic. Go for rolling the damage. Make sure to reroll any ones. Ones or twos. Do you get to reroll twos or no? Forget what it was.
No, I just reroll ones. You think of another feat that turns ones into two, that treats ones as twos.
Got it. So 12 points of fire damage. Okay, fantastic. Look, it even rolled a 10 for you. Excellent. Alright, anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's everything.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go unconscious on my turn for the record. I mean, when it goes next, so please kill it.
This thing is made out of stone, right?
Yes. It is a stone statue.
No, it's been taken by fire damage without any issue. So
Yeah, your fire damage has been blowing chunks off of it. Bit by
Would
bit.
you say it's what size is this?
It's medium. It's a medium-sized creature.
remember, the size scale of the map's fucked.
Yeah, no, I got that.
It's like it needs to be medium to be able to fit through the maze if it were to chase you. So it's about as tall as Galay is. He's up in the corner.
It would not be much of a defense system if it couldn't fucking navigate the place it's supposed to be defending.
Yeah, here's the problem. I can't reach him for what I need to do because everybody's in the way. Ah, fuck it. I'll just toll to death.
Sure. Wisdom save?
I believe so.
That's a construct. Probably doesn't have a great wisdom save.
Does it, but it does have
We don't know that.
that.
Ignore the 28. Ignore the 28.
That's fine. It got a 7, so and it has already taken damage, so we're looking at 14 necrotic damage. Excellent.
If people would get out of the way, I could end this real quick.
Cool. I'll let you know when I can do that.
That's my turn.
Xenivore.
Doesn't do what he usually does and do a good old swing.
Swing some.
I
So
could
do
do
it
it.
twice. Let's see if you hit the golem. Statue. No.
No, not even remotely.
Now with a 10 and now with an 11.
Is there enough room up here or nah?
I'll say you're squeezing, so he's easier to hit. But you
Okay.
can get up there if you want to.
End turn.
Alright. Stone Golem time. Now he has another target. So he's going to do 2 swings, 1 on each Eidolon. 18s to hit both.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 15 to Fuego, 16 to Xenivore. One more big side-sweeping slash that catches both Eidolons and deals a pretty significant amount of damage to them.
Yeah, if funny enough, like when the axe hits Fuego, a similar wound like opens up from Chance, so just blood.
Yes. All over
Same
your
thing
chest.
with
like an exploded
his
ketchup
name?
packet.
It's like JoJo. When the stand takes damage, so does the user.
Yep. Speaking of the next turn, Lemmy, you're up.
Okay, let's see. Do I see? Excuse me. Do I see any loose objects in the room? Anything lying around?
No,
There's no. There's absolutely no loose stones or rocks or anything at all. It's just a very
it's very clean, very
tidy.
very tidy place. Yeah.
Okay.
There are. I will say, since you have been attacking the golem and it's getting like down to the halfway point, there are chunks of stone behind it from where it has been, like the statue's like arm, part of its arm and its horn is gone and like stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So would you say there are any pieces back there that maybe weigh, I don't know, a few pounds?
Yeah, you could find a couple of rocks that weigh a few pounds back there.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay. In that case, if I can do it from where I am here, I will attempt to target pieces behind him, and I will cast Catapult.
Sure.
Using that piece to come from behind him and his own arm piece.
Sure. Ping it in chat real quick so I can read it, because I know it has some wonky mechanics to it.
Yep. There you go.
The object will strike a creature. Creature must make a dex save. On a failed save, the object strikes and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object.
Yep.
So, keep in mind, if he makes his dex save, that's going to go toward chance.
And if Chance makes his dex save, it's going to go to you.
So,
yeah.
Even if so there's nothing I can aim at an angle where it would hit the instead of hitting him. Like everything is directly behind him in one.
Pretty much. Like
nothing.
You're going to have to pull everything this way. It has to go into the line, right? So it has to go this way.
Yeah, but there's no pieces over in this corner here that can go from shoot.
I'm going to say that with the amount of like tight space in this hallway.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pull it towards yourself if you're going to try this at all.
Okay.
In order for it to even gain enough momentum to do any damage, it's going to need to be pulled a certain distance, and that has to be straightforward.
You know what? I'm gonna if that's the only way I can do it, I'd actually pick a safer option. I would not cast Catapult if it's going to put one of my friends at risk. I would probably go with Chromatic Orb instead.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, that seems a little bit less risky, and I would probably. Let's see. On that, I'm probably going to go with the. I might go with the acid option on that. Don't know if it does anything, but sure, let's try it. All right. Yeah, all right. I got to do a ranged spell attack here, so let me figure out where I do that again. It's been a while. Okay. Yeah, well, it's been about a month. All right, Chromatic Orb. There you are. Okay, and just normal attack roll, I think. So hopefully that works. Yeah, and I'll be. You know what? To be on the safe side, I am actually going to be casting that at 3rd level. So,
okay,
we'll see what happens here. All right, here goes.
Level acid splash. Nope.
Yep.
Not with an 11, unfortunately.
Sad.
The acid careens off in the distance, and you watch it kind of like duck its head ever so slightly, and the acid splashes on the wall behind him, begins to eat away at the stone.
All right. Okay, and let's see. What else have I got here?
Those are actions. You have bonus action and movement if you want to use them.
Yep. That's the thing. Yeah, I think I will probably, if I can. Nah, I'm not really in a place where I can do that. So, I mean, he sees me, so it's not like I can hide. Eh, hmm. I guess I could try to bonus action dash and get back behind him. Give him something else to worry about. I don't know if that gives an opportunity attack or not. I'm base. I'm just going to be. I'm going to be right back behind him. So.
Wouldn't, but let's see. It's 5, 10, 20, 25. So you could get there with normal movements.
Yeah.
You would be, if you can fit in that space, you'd be squeezing though. So you would be easier to hit if you were back there.
Yeah, I'm small, so I mean, actually, you know what? Here's something else I'd like to try if I can do this. I don't know if I can, but sure. From where I'm at, how much movement does it take for me to get over to Fuego?
5, 10. To be within 5 feet of him, or to be in his space?
To be in his space.
25.
Okay. Is there anything special I have to do to be on him? I'm a small creature and he's medium.
He is a mount.
Yes, that's exactly my point.
How do you get on a mount? I think there's a specific speed for getting onto a mount.
He doesn't have the mount thing anymore.
Oh, that's right. You took him out. You took it away for.
Wait.
Oh, no, you made him large. Didn't you have a
No. But a small creature can get on a medium, right?
If you'll recall, VG, we made it so that I can change his evolutions on a rest.
Yeah. I'm asking if you actually did you do that and then replace it with something, or was it just the size thing?
That's why he has reach. That's why he has plus. That's why his natural armor bonus is +2.
Okay, so there was another. Okay, gotcha. Well,
I mean that's why he has. That's why his armor modifier from his natural armor is 4 as opposed to the base.
So he's bipedal.
I took the evolution twice and
and
+2 for each.
He's quadrupedal.
He's shaped where a small creature could sit.
You technically, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
What I will say is that you would not get any kind of like bonuses or anything from this, and considering he's not, considering that it requires an evolution to make him a mount in the first place, to like give him like mount training and all that shit.
That's fine.
When he moves around, he's not going to do so with any regard to his rider. So he's going to give you like disadvantage on stuff.
Okay, if he moves around is what you're saying.
Yeah, like when he's in combat. So like if he attacks the statue, and the statue attacks him back, you might get caught in the crossfire.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. So yeah, you can,
all right.
I'll say you can get on top of him at the very least. Now you would need to. That would be your bonus action and your movement, because you would need to dash to get enough speed to do that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I am on him.
For future reference, mounting costs half your movement to get onto a creature.
Good to know.
Okay, cool, great, awesome. David, you're up.
David will go over here and cast Cure Wounds at the 4th level on chance.
All right. Do you get any bonuses from healing from anything yet?
I don't think so.
I think you just have the access to healing, right?
Yeah. Wait. There you are. Oh, submit. Enjoy.
There you go. 27 hit points left.
There you go.
That's 5, 10, 20, 25.
And turn.
Alright. Okay. Fuego is up.
Nom motherfucker.
Sure. Heal your character, by the way.
How much do I heal for?
27.
You know, this is not This is not the time for strangers like me to be playing on my playlist.
It's always time for Phil Collins. What do you mean? Yeah, that'll hit. That's hefty damage too. Very nice. 23 points of damage total from that. He Rocky Maw takes a big chunk out of the the statue's calf muscles.
Yeah, it helps the fact that he's made of fucking stone
That is
and
true.
and fucking lava.
Helps his attacks are magical. Otherwise, that'd be real bad for you.
Yeah. If I ever get the chance to get more fucking evolution points, I am going to give him fire damage on his bites.
Sure. In the meantime, though, it is your turn again.
Yep.
Oop. 10 misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Valerian.
I still can't read that.
Oh, you could.
Why?
5, 10, 20, 25.
Uh,
25 feet of
unless-
movement. You could get up there.
Unless we change the rule of we can occupy the same space as allies.
You just can't end your turn in the same space as your ally. So you can move up into Chance's space for half a second, do your thing, and then exit. But you can't end your turn on top of somebody else unless it's a mount.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here then. I am going to reach out and touch the stone statue that is of a medium size.
It is of a medium size.
And I'm gonna turn it to stone block.
Unfortunately, the golems have a thing called immutable form, where it is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form in any way.
Did not know that.
Yes, now you do.
Wasted a spell slot.
So that was 5, 10, 20, 25 movement moves you back to that empty space back there.
That's my turn.
I actually remember. I actually remember that golems have that ability, and I remember it because of the time I fucking banished Matt's Iron Golem boss.
Yep.
Wait, why can't you banish the Iron Golem? That's not changing shit.
No,
You
no,
can
no,
banish it, but you can't move
no,
it,
no.
but
I
change it.
banished it, and Matt was trying to think of any way to save it because that was his boss, and while it has magic resistance, it has an advantage on a save. Iron Golems have a charisma of like 2.
Yeah, they're like a 1.
And-
it's like negative
and-
5 to charisma saves.
And, like it physically couldn't make the save even with advantage. And so it's like, is there something on evil form? No, there's polymorph. Fuck.
Alright.
I have never made Matt so salty in my entire time playing Tale of RPGs with him.
I mean, sometimes banishment does that, man. Like it's just it's that
Like
good of a spell.
he had to quit. He had to quickly like fucking throw together a new boss while we were going up this tower, because that was meant to be the boss fight.
I'm gonna roll a d4 twice, and we'll see who he goes after in this clusterfuck of people. So 3, that is Fuego, and 4, that is Xenomorph. So Fuego and Xenomorph are getting the next 2 attacks in that order. 24, 25,
Okay.
26 to Fuego,
God.
14 to Xenomorph.
Okay, I can handle that.
That is the golem's turn. Whack! Back to Lemmy. Good save. You actually needed a 13 or higher there. It's crazy that Constitution saving throws need more than 10. It's always a concerning
Okay.
thing.
All right. So, because I'm clinging to Fuego's back, any
I will say if you're going to attempt to attack from a mounted position on his back, you would do so at disadvantage. If
All
you
right.
proc a saving throw, obviously it doesn't matter.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. All right, I would check to see, because he's been taking a lot of damage. Are there any debris pieces of him between me and him? Is there anything in, let's see, this space right here?
Yeah,
Any pieces at all? Any chunks, O Golem?
I'll give you a hint, because I just thought of this, and I wish I'd thought of it before, because that would have helped you a lot. It says the object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction. The direction can be up. So pick something at his feet and target it toward the ceiling, and you should be good.
Okay, that sounds good. If there's a chunk of leg or whatever that's sitting under him, I will be targeting it up through him, casting.
Fuego's been biting his ankles this whole time, so.
Yep, using
His
a cast
ankles,
of
his calves, his thighs. That motherfucker's been going for groin.
leg. He looks like he skipped leg day. In other words, good to know. All right.
It's a dex saving throw. She does.
Yep.
Magic.
Against a. Yeah, it's against a 14. So if he got it, he got it. Oh,
You got it. Yeah, it's a 16.
yay! All right, let's see what else I got. Yeah, I'm not really being much use. Okay, good to know. All right. Oh,
It's a hefty boy.
All right.
It's a hefty boy.
yep. I am just gonna sit tight where I am, and I don't know what else I can really do from here. So, I mean,
Sure.
I got nothing.
Back to David.
Third level Scorching Ray.
From your angle, since you're kind of behind a wall, I would say these would be made with disadvantage unless you had enough movement to move into that back corner again.
I do.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
4 rays. Nice. Oh, natural 20. Excellent. Well, the 11 doesn't hit, but the rest of them do. So that's 14, and 6 is 20, and 4 is 24. 24 points of fire damage. That was a pretty big chunk of health you just took off right there.
End turn. Be away from it.
Down in the lower echelons of things. Fuego.
Nom nom, motherfucker.
I had to go for a bit.
Okay. There you go. 24 for 10. Excellent. Another pretty decent chunk taken out of its legs there. Charles?
Come on!
You're very brave for still being here. Valerian.
I'm just glad I have I got ignored to necrotic damage. Ignore resistant necrotic damage. Yeah, words are hard.
This is true.
You're right, I am probably being kind of stupid staying in here, but like...
Hey, you cast Flame Blade, you might as well use it, right?
Yeah, and there's also the fact that, oh hey, if he attacks Fuego, I'm still gonna go down.
That's not a save. Tell me how you do this, Valerian, as you take him out with 18 points of necrotic damage.
You just see like a translucent black bell adorned with skulls and symbols of death just descend on his head, and you see it vibrate, and the sound of bell tolls, echoes throughout the chamber, and this golem just, stone thing just crumbles.
Crumbles to dust right at your feet. Left with nothing but a pile of rubble.
And the only one person hears this song, and that's Mini Mini Mani Mo Catch Attack of Iron Toe. Your Eidolon. Dust in the wind.
Okay. Alrighty.
I have
No. This side alone.
Before I go.
Yes.
Alright. So-
I have to go.
Alright, sounds good. We'll see you later.
See ya.
With the golem now crumbled to dust, you watch as the infernal script returns to the plaque behind it, giving you the final phrase. Shall what?
Yeah, we still don't know the answer to that clue, do we? Is there anything left of the golem to give us a hint or nothing?
You still don't know the answer, but killing the golem gave you the reward for it, so maybe you don't need to know.
Okay, motherfucker, I still want to know.
Alright, well. The answer was knowledge.
Ah.
Here in my garage.
Oh, I get it. No. Ha 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 ha.
That's the completed phrase.
Almost. Flipped it again.
Fuck! I keep doing that.
The completely reconstructed mantra of the Knights of the Black Circle. You are free to move about the cabin, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't you guys walk around for a little bit and find the exit in this maze? And while you do, let's take a 2-minute break to go to the bathroom and stuff, and I'll be right back.
Let's make it 5 minutes because I gotta go pee.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
5 minutes. I'll pause the recording.
All right. And
Alright.
just making absolutely sure when the golem died, everything it was holding crumbled to dust with a spell.
Oh yeah, everything it was holding crumbled into rock and rubble. Nothing left of that.
Neat. Good to know.
You did get the final phrase, so I'm gonna save you the trouble of running through the maze, and I'll just put you guys where the door.
Please yank me too.
Turn off your aura, by the way, Chance. I don't want to do it. Okay. So this is the area where the door is. Essentially, what you do is you see a sealed iron door, like a rusted iron door, that has several plates affixed to the front of it in kind of like a rainbow half circle formation. That you can move around, that have the same infernal phrases on it that you had seen as the solutions to the puzzles, to the riddles were given. So simple enough to maneuver those plates around on the door, the infernal runes alight, and door slides open, revealing another staircase.
Alright, so Lemmy, are you still willing to put that dome, the tiny hut?
Yeah, if you think here is a safe place to do it, okay. I don't know if you want to be further back from the door or.
I don't think there's anywhere in this entire tower that's safe.
No, not really. It's a question of safe.
But given how I am probably a stiff breeze away from my insides becoming my outsides, I think I need to rest.
I thought you Skull and March folks were a little bit sturdier.
Okay.
In the nerd party? What gave you that idea?
Chance just slowly turns to look at Valerian, covered in blood, with several axe wounds, and his Eidolon with several axe wounds. Do you want to say that again?
I thought you Scholars March folks were a little bit more sturdier, considering your reputation.
Do you not know how the Eidolon bond works? You absolute
No.
buffoon! I thought you went to college. I thought you went. went to magically educated. You should
Yes,
know.
I did. However, my focus was on necromancy.
That explains a lot. Eidolons and their summoners share a link that connects them on several levels, up to and including their life force. So when one takes damage, so does the other, and vice versa. I have received enough axe wounds to kill 2 people. I don't want to hear shit from you.
Yeah. I mean,
Correct.
look, he's not the most physically intimidating specimen, I will admit, but he did take the brunt of a stone statue's attacks and tank it for you, so you're welcome.
Well, I do appreciate that. Maybe then you should have at least gotten out of the way, so at least only one of you would have taken the damage. I mean, you said
So you mean instead of myself and Fuego getting hit with the axe, it would just be Fuego, and I would still take the same amount of damage.
Well, Marshall, we did take double damage at one time. Like, he's just like muttering out of the side of his mouth. Like, actually,
Both of those swings would have gone to you then. So the point's moot. I would have taken the harm regardless.
well, yes. Logic would have dictated that you should have gotten out of the way, so somebody else could have taken the heat off at Fuego.
Oh yes, you mean you and Lenny? No, you and Limestone that were way over there.
Well, you were quite in the way, and I couldn't exactly get in his face. But I believe I am more suited in the melee range than you are. Points at his adamantine half plate and shield.
You know, I had armor. I had good armor for my previous Eidolon. I had and once I had before I had been turned into that Avatar of Slaughter that I died. I intended to get that armor repurposed and added on to for Fuego, so Fuego could have his own armor, and that was half plate. It's not exactly my fault. I got captured, shoved into a demon, and have basically lost the past 8 months of my life.
Yes, but my point stand. Maybe you should have gotten out of the way.
And what I was trying to tell you is, getting out of the way wouldn't have done me many favors.
Agree to disagree.
just as like a complete tangent to this entire conversation, your comment about the armor reminded me that the new Giant book, either the new Giant book or the Tal'Dorei book, has a feat where you can attune one extra magic item.
Tal'Dorei,
Yeah,
not Grim Hollow.
Well, it's either that or the Giant book. I had both of those. I bought both of those recently. Anyway, that's a cool feat, and I want that for people. Anyway,
all right.
So there's not enough room to put down the dome in this maze area, really.
Is that how? I didn't know that was how it worked, but okay, sure.
Well, I mean, in the hallways as they exist, with how tight the quarters are, it's a half dome. Like, it's not going to cover a lot of people. That's the problem with it. So what I would advise you do is find an other open spot elsewhere. Do that and take a short rest. Now, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to go upstairs to do that, to the next room and see what's there first, or whether you want to go down to a previous floor and do that.
Remind me, the tiny hut, like, it can't be entered or exited, right?
It can be exited by anyone who's not the caster.
Yeah, you can. So, anyone who the caster designates can enter and leave freely. The caster has to stay inside.
Other than the casters themselves, so yeah.
And then everything else is kept out.
Well, I was thinking, like, we could just have, like, set the tiny hut like a passway and just block it while we're resting behind it, and not like, so we're not going to be in the tiny hut.
Sure. Like if you want to set it down at like the foot of a staircase somewhere, you certainly could. You just need to have enough. You need to have enough room to like fit people inside if you want to be be protected by the dome. The
Well,
dome is
there's-
not that big. I don't think
Well,
all of you
I
can
was
fit in it.
I was
obviously.
suggesting
There's a-
using
Yeah.
VG. I was suggesting using a dome like a roadblock or like a barricade, but we just sit behind it.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying like if anyone wanted to be in there with him, you need to have the space to do that. Obviously. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, here. It's right there. The dome is, if it's got enough space to do what it does, it's 10 foot radius, so that means 20 feet by 20 feet. You know, it's 10-foot radius around and above me, the caster. So I guess my vote is, assuming that we can get there and get back here. I mean, unless anybody thinks there's going to be an issue with going back to the garden room with that guy back there. I mean, he seemed like a nice fella. You know, he probably wouldn't object to somebody not disturbing the flowers and taking it easy for a bit. I don't know if he'd care one way or the other, to be honest. Anybody think that that's more of a than going into the unknown and possibly very dangerous?
You mean like I suggested earlier when we first encountered him? No, I have no objection to that at all.
Okay, well, that's
Trying to get that
Yeah.
measurement down.
Not related, but and this conversation, but the Mystic Conch block, that's the feat you're looking for.
If we get to level 12, might have to look for that feat.
So in any case, you guys are taking a short rest. I'm assuming. Where are you taking the short rest? Is my question. Upstairs or downstairs?
I vote downstairs in the garden. If that's, we've been there, we know that we're not attacked there. Try to find a spot where we can all fit, where we're not underfoot too much for the nice gardener there. And I'll just spend the 10 minutes to ritual cast it and stay well clear of the plants and make sure that what I am casting is not intersecting any of those potentially dangerous, volatile, magical time bombs with roots.
It definitely will be, unless you're. I mean, the quarters there are arranged in such a way that you're not going to be able to precisely do that.
Really?
In the garden, like no matter where you put yourself, you're gonna be
I'm
somewhere where it's gonna intersect with plants. But for the sake of it, all I'm doing is asking you where you're going so that I can give you a description of the next room or not.
Actually,
than that,
let's
we're just
go
gonna
back up.
time
Let's just go back
skip.
up to the fucking. Let's just go down to the library. We can just come back up from there. That's open enough.
Sure.
Yeah.
All I'm asking is, do you want me to give you a description of the next room before you rest or not? If yes, then I'll do that. If not, then take a short rest and then we'll go to the next room anyway.
Yeah, resting first.
Yeah, I say we go all the way down to the library. Plenty of open space. There are plants that go boom in there. And as far as we know, everything that was trying to kill us in there has been killed. So might as well go to the place where those that were trying to sack us have been sacked.
Okay. So everyone take your short rests. Do that now. Get your shit
Okie
back.
doke. All right, I don't think there's much that I can get back other than I will use the short rest to attune to the heart primer for.
You do have arcane recovery, right? As part of the mage thing, so you can get spell slots back if you listen. Unless you've already used it.
I don't think I have, but it's been a month ago, so I'm assuming that I have.
I don't think you've
So
I don't think you guys have taken a short rest in this dungeon yet. So you should have your charges of arcane, whatever.
Okay, so let me just do a short rest and see what happens. Okay. What am I doing? I don't think.
It doesn't do it automatically. You have to pick. When to use it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, and I guess I'll roll just for kicks 1d6 for hit point recovery. I'm pretty close to topped off anyway, but sure, why not? Okay. And roll.
Combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level rounded up.
Yep. So it'd be any combination of 3 basically because I'm at 5. So
Yeah.
half rounded up is going to be 3. So I will just use that to arcane recovery 1 first and 1 second. I think that'll put me in the best space I can be right now. So,
Well,
Yeah.
short resting will do me no favors going forward.
I'm going to do the channel divinity twice to
Okay.
get a second level spell slot and a first level spell slot back.
All right.
Yeah, that's-
Sounds good.
I think that's me set. I don't know. Did I need to click on something special for that? Add the spell slots back in.
Just manually do it on your spells list.
Cool. That's done. All right, I think that's it. And again, I don't know if I need to make a special note that I am attuned to the Weaver's Primer, but if that being the case, there's definitely something that I would do as soon as we're done with the short rest regarding that. If I remember right.
If you're attuned to it, you can use its features.
Yeah, if I remember right, there's a thing I can do where I can switch out one of the spells I already have memorized or one of the ones that's in there. So let's see, what would I want to? You know what? Yeah, it wasn't. Yep, I think I'm just gonna do that. I guess.
There are a number of spells that are in that book, and then
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, I've already-
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The studying, charge to replace one of the wizard spells with a different spell in the book. The new spell must be an enchantment spell, which all of the
Yep.
ones that are defaulted in there are. So you're good.
So yeah, so I would probably, I'd probably ditch catapult, and then I would pick up hypnotic pattern.
Sure.
Doesn't seem like the worst call.
Yeah.
And I think that uses one of the charges out of the. Just do that, and. Yep, I think I'm good. So.
Go ahead and move to the next room here, and arrange you guys accordingly. Oh my god! What the fuck? Xenivore and Fuego defaulted in as huge. David, get me, get 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, okay. And okay, perfect. So the majority of this room is dominated by a raised platform, on top of which is inscribed on a smooth stone plate this very intricate magical circle that is inscribed with infernal runes. Off to the side of that is a small wooden table, and it goes along the contour. And there is, you can see on the opposite side of the room, the staircase which continues up, as well as a locked iron door, one end of the central platform there.
I would probably roll an Arcana check to see if the circle looks like it might involve any kind of transportation function. So,
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
yeah. Probably not.
Looks like a magic
It's-
circle. Magic circles have a lot of utility, so specific purposes, just by looking at it, you're not sure.
It's glowy.
Oh, that's oh shit.
You said it's Infernal Room?
Yes. Infernal script that is
On the bright
part of
side, well,
the thing. Part of the
on the
magic
bright
circle.
side, despite that nat one, I can still at least read the language.
That's true.
Fuck it, I'm guidancing myself.
Yeah, I mean it's phrases of power in Infernal. It's the same basic structure one would use to craft a magic circle in any language, really.
Yeah, but at the very least, I can translate to the guy here who actually.
There's not
did
really much to
roll
translate.
gas.
It's runes that give power to the circle. That's all it really is. It's it's different phrases, things that insulate the circle, to give it structure and so on and so forth to essentially make the magic work. It's like lines of code. It's like they don't always make sense unless you know magic, and you know magic enough to know that this is just a magic circle that does things. With the 22 Arcana, though, Valerian, looking around the chamber, noting the position, noting which runes are what, and kind of what the structure of this magic circle, which is larger than a normal magic circle is by a couple degrees. You think that this magic circle is meant for two purposes: transportation and containment. Both are equally true.
So I got good news and a bad news. Which one you guys want to hear first?
I don't know about limestone, but I suppose I'll go with the good news.
Sure.
Good news, this might take us to wherever we need to go.
Yay. But
Bad news, this also could be a containment seal. As in, it might be taking us to hell, literally.
I will specify that this is not a teleportation circle. It's a magic circle.
Oh, you said transport.
Yes, is as in summoning things inside of it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sorry, confusing things, but it's not a teleportation device. It is a summon into and then contain whatever you summoned device.
This door is a pull, not a push.
It's a one-way street.
Okay, in that case, I'd like to amend my answer. The good news is, this could summon whatever the thing that could answer our question. Bad news is that whatever it is, it's also sealed. So it's got to be very volatile.
I'm gonna see those papers over there. I'm gonna make my way, avoiding the circle, to the desk over here.
Sure. On that desk, there are scrolls and books that are gathered that are written in Celestial.
I can read that.
Cool. Specifically, they detail records of encounters with fallen angels, former servants of the gods that used to exist that no longer do after the breaking. There are that's what those books pertain to. There is among them a small list of names with some of them, in fact most of them, crossed out. We'll post that chat here in a second. So you have Araphiel, Karatiel, Rafeniel, Valiel, Arturiel, Poloniel, Zaraniel, Jakariel, and an unknown name. One space that's left blank.
And these are all names of fallen angels?
Presumably, yes. You also see that there are several spent candles that are kind of stacked on the desk, as well as one unspent candle
I assume with my own knowledge of demonology, I guess, from my own history, I can assume that the person was probably using these names as like a trying to summon them into that circle.
Roll an
And
insight check.
for oh great insight when I have piss poor wisdom.
Yeah, zero's not going to get you very much. For all you would know,
That
it's a
was-
shopping list.
Jesus, 3 nat ones.
Yeah. The arcane mysteries of this room elude you, unfortunately.
What do you guys think of this?
I find that kind of interesting, but not as interesting as this door-like object over here. Carefully skirting the circle and not touching over here to this door, and I'm gonna probably, I'd imagine, do a perception check on it to see if there's anything obviously whatever this sit under the wall here over to the left.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Okay.
I will say, you can make it with advantage if you'd like, because of there are specific things about this door that a wizard would know more about.
I think I'm pretty happy with the roll that I got there, but
Up to you. You
I
can
don't.
go higher if you want to.
Yeah, or I could get lower. So
Oh, it's an advantage. If you want to take the 24, I'll let you take the 24.
I think I'd just prefer to sit with that. Thanks.
Okay. There is arcane scrawl carved into the door. It is a heavy iron door. It's currently
Okay.
locked. There's no like window in or out of this place, so you can't really see inside.
Okay.
But there is arcane scrawl carved into the door, a sigil of abjuration magic.
Okay. Would I be able to make any kind of an Arcana roll regarding that? Would that be a regular?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
So that would not be an advantage, even with the Abjuration book I've got with me.
If you want to use the abjuration book, I'll give you advantage.
I think I would like to help use it as a little bit of a guide to this. It might have some similar symbols or patterns. So,
Sure.
All right.
17. The best you can figure out by cross-referencing, the sigils on that door, as well as the fact that it's made of iron. It was meant to keep something inside that has powers beyond a normal prisoner of this plane would have.
Hmm.
Something that could conceivably escape this room with magical means, but is blocked by the sigils active on the door. I will also give you that if you were to open the door, it's not like the sigils would lash out at you in any way. It's meant as a containment enchantment.
But opening the door could potentially free whatever might be on the other side of it.
Also true, yes.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to listen to the door, see if I hear anything moving around or making any kind of side?
Sure, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Hey, is there anybody who would feel up to giving me a little guidance here? I can't really tell what's on the other side of this.
I'll give him
could-
guidance.
Sure could use a little bit of help, so. All right. I am putting that on. Don't know if that worked, but guidance there. And I don't know why that did what it did, but okay.
Because you clicked on it.
Yeah, and perception, so normal or disadvantage roll, so all right.
So 20. Pretty good. You do not hear any sounds coming from within the interior of the room.
Okay. In that case, let's see. Need to figure out where I am motion wise. All right, let's see.
Pardon me for a moment. I need to answer a phone call.
Okay.
Okay.
Are the torn papers over here actually there, or is that just a map thing?
That's just a map
Okay.
thing. She wouldn't have trash
Okay.
lying around her thing, but the map, no. The map is the map. There's nothing really I had to do about
What about the
Okay.
cupboard and the lever?
it. Yeah, that cupboard is there. That's fine. The lever is also there,
Okay.
by the way.
I'll check.
Okay.
The cupboard.
The
And
hold on. The cupboard on the inside of it has several pouches on the inside, which, upon further inspection, you recognize as arcane components typically used in the creation and activation of summoning circles, magic circles. So chalk, salt, powdered iron, powdered silver.
Hmm.
And then there is that lever that's next to the door, which presumably would open it. The only other thing you haven't uh, looked at is the candles in this room.
okay.
What are you guys thinking? What do you want to do?
Well, we ain't gonna go nowhere. There seems to be no other way out, right? Beside that door that he found.
There's the staircase. Going down here.
Oh,
Yeah, we could just leave well enough alone and continue on upward. So what are thoughts?
I think we should spring it.
All right. There's something I could do that might make it less dangerous. I think I'm 30 feet away from it where I am right. Staircase here. So if there's anybody who'd want to get clear of the
Whoa, hold up. I want to hear our
all right.
summoning expert, his opinion on this first.
Yeah, sure. He probably knows a little better than I would. I'm just saying I can probably trigger that level from where I am here. So
Fair enough.
that might be a good way to make it do what it does while still ending up with as many hands as I started the day with.
If you want to give your expert opinion on summoning chance, you can do so at advantage with an investigation check. If he's still here. If you're still
Huh? Sorry.
You want to give your expert opinion on the summoning circle and what it could be used to do and what the purpose of this room is?
Oh, I thought that was my earlier Arcana roll where I rolled in that one.
Nope. Investigation with advantage. I'll tell you what this room does. Given all the evidence
right.
you found so far.
Okay. Investigation with advantage. I don't suppose. Nah, I'm not. I was gonna ask if I could use my background D4, but
What is your background?
it's the it's the it was this thing.
Sure. I'll allow it. That's fine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're a summoner. This is your whole shtick, so go for it. Nice.
30.
Easily. This room is like putting all the pieces together. This room is meant to summon a creature to that central circle, do something to it, and then imprison it behind that door. You can see that the candles on the desk, one of them, the one that's unspent, is definitely arcane in nature. You're assuming that it has something to do with summoning. The nature of the papers, you could assume that it's a celestial that they're trying to summon to the circle and bind here to this plane. Especially given the iron, the salt, the silver in the cupboard that was used in the creation of the magic circle, which is still persistent. This is very, very powerful magic, very powerful rituals, and a lot of expensive preparation was made to make this room, a functional prison, essentially, for some kind of angelic being.
Looking at the door, does it seem like the thing is occupied, or
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's shut. The only way you would really know is if you opened it, or if you pounded and asked. I don't know.
well, I'll lay this out to the group.
No trigger. Yes. No. Purple.
If we wanted to be, if we wanted to be certain, we could pull that lever and open the door. But we have no guarantee if whatever is behind that door is friendly.
The wizards, the one you call Limestone, seemed to think he has a sure way of making sure it's in our favor, though.
Well, actually, I have a question. If it was supposed to be summoning Celestials, why the fuck is it using... Why is it looking for fallen angels?
Because fallen angels are still celestials.
Well, when they have the fiend type at that point, though?
No, not necessarily.
Not?
If they were Azamar adjacent, they could have celestial typings. I say fallen, meaning that they don't have a god to follow anymore, so they were rendered to the material plane rather than the celestial planes.
Oh, okay. When I hear fallen...
Essentially, when the gods died, when they all like exploded and made the core and combined into one, all of their previous celestial champions and angels that followed them were left without a place to be. And this is like from the books that you're reading that you've collected over thus far. Like you've seen several different volumes of like encounters with angels and what that means, and interviews with people, and the best that you can piece together is that there are among the people of this planet, those that were once considered divine warriors of great power and great importance, that served the gods in the time before the breaking. And after the breaking happened, they didn't have a god to serve, so they lost a lot of their power while still retaining their immortality. And so they just kind of wander around from place to place. Although they still have a tinge of celestial being in them that still gives them their immortality, and among other things. So it still allows them to be affected by things such as, for example, summoning magic.
So above character for a minute, that means that they're not so much necessarily corrupted, but more kind of like abandoned.
Yes.
Yeah, because like this is probably because Christian, but when I hear fallen angel, I think fell to hell.
Yeah, of course. I really mean like fallen from grace in the way that it would make them rendered to the material plane. As in fallen from the heavens down to earth, but not down to the hells, not necessarily.
Chance.
Who knows? Maybe some of them did fall down to the hells, but the list at least is of people that are of import to whoever Urena is.
Chance, in a moment of lack of foresight, thinks, okay, there's angel, there could be celestials trapped here. No, and then he throws the lever.
Okay. You hear the arcane runes on the door powered down, and the door is no longer locked. and slowly begins to swing open to reveal the inside of the prison chamber. Inside, you see skeletal remains of a creature that is currently chained to the wall, covered in slowly decaying rags and humanoid in shape, though hard to tell what exactly it was, save for the wing bones that remain on its back.
That is unfortunate. Can Chance maybe make like a religion check to think? Okay, how would an angel be consigned if they were to die? Like,
What do you mean
how would
consigned?
they-
Like what happens to their soul?
Funeral rites.
Oh, yeesh, it would depend on the god that this angel was a part of, which you don't know you don't even know who this is.
Hey, would anyone?
Can I at
Would
least make a
anyone-
religion check? Be thinking like the most respectful way to send the body off.
They're. I'm just gonna pipe up from across the room. Does anybody have magic that would make dead people more talkative? I seem to recall that in the distant past.
Yup.
Don't know if it would work here, but why not ask him?
I don't feel right asking that type of thing.
I don't see any dead corpse here.
I mean, keep in mind that the remains that talk are not the vestiges of the soul that once dwelled within. It's just the body recounting events.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a body in there, but we can have that later.
Okay. Well,
Look, we haven't made like. I'd rather us not be talking to a corpse, and then the master of the tower comes back and then decides to make us join them.
It might give us more information about the tower, though. And I always have that spell prepared.
I doubt they're gonna have much useful information because going off of the modus operandi of this, the mistress of the tower would summon them, bind them, probably interrogate them painfully, and then throw them in that chamber to die.
No more information that we would have.
No, it wouldn't. I just told you why it wouldn't.
Where they're taken, how they're taken. That's still important.
We already know that, though.
We assume we know that. There's a difference.
No, we know how they were taken because because the circle is right fucking there.
Why are you so opposed to this?
Well, for one, it's waste of resources.
I
'Cause
think
I know, despite your being more of a religious variety than my own magic, I also, there's still a limit to how much you have at your disposal in a day. And I'd rather you use that for something more productive than answering questions we already know the answer to.
Hypothesis is theories are nothing until proven.
right. I am
Okay.
going to. I'm going to attempt.
Counterpoint.
All right.
Counterpoint. There is a general law in regards to most historical research and the like. Refer to, well, it goes with many names. One of them is something called Occam's razor, of an old historian. And the concept generally dictates that the simplest solution is most likely the correct one. And since there's quite literally no other factor that could be how they're capturing these celestials, despite, we have every bit of, we have the method, we have the mode, we don't have the motive. That's something we need to find by finding the mistress of this tower. But certainly because it has something to do with the black circle, nothing good. And then we have several methods of summoning and a celestial corpse in a cell. So, simplest solution, she's summoning them, doing something to them, likely interrogation or just torture because she's an evil cunt. and then throwing them in the cell for either later use or till they die.
Counterpoint. We're decodized cat. We don't know if the cat's alive or dead until we actually open the box.
We opened the cell. What do you?
We don't know for sure that what we assume is correct.
Okay. Do you have any counter theories of what else it could be?
It could be something else. It might be the person
No.
the person in
We're
here.
not playing. We're not playing that game. Give me an example of a counter theory of what the circle is for.
Maybe this person wasn't summoned here. It was a sacrifice to bring it. And if it was, he might know what it brought forth. It wasn't summoned
There.
here.
That's an actual counter theory that actually could have weight instead of anything, instead of just saying, "Oh, we don't know."
You're supposed to be Scholars March. I thought you'd be more curious about this.
I am curious. What I'm very much against is such flimsy intellectual logic, like just, "Oh, we just don't know," when we have a very easily identifiable theory. But now that you're actually given a counter theory that could actually hold weight, I'm more willing. Instead of just hand waving it, "Oh, we don't know for certain," when everything else points to that direction.
Because it's the truth. We don't know that's the truth.
Oh my god, you are the most intellectually for someone who actually has been formally educated. You are the dumbest person I've met.
And I could say the same thing about you at your stubborn pigheadedness.
When a scholar finds several points of evidence pointing to a particular conclusion, and literally just speculation in another direction, it's generally perceived to be the correct to go with where the evidence is pointing, and all the evidence is pointing to summon, torture, interrogate, throw in a cell to die, or for later use.
Yes,
Aside from your suggestion, nothing else has said anything to the contrary.
Yes, well, according to your theory, I mean, it was also to be, if we're following your train of logic, everybody thought until a few nights ago, or a few months ago at this point, that moon was gone. It was not real. Until the skies cleared up and we saw it.
That was over a year ago.
Okay, over a year ago.
That is a completely separate topic
Is it?
with a completely separate
Is
method
it?
of how that works.
Is it really? Nobody could have
Yes.
proven the moon was existing until then.
And guess what?
Nobody had a proof.
Oh, you mean like I have proof that this is a summoning circle that was used to summon celestials off of the list of celestial names over there?
Yes,
That proof?
you have evidence. You have a strong theory, but theory is nothing until proven.
I love how you're just comparing a completely different subject to that, as if that straw man argument's going to get you anywhere. That doesn't mean anything.
I could say the same thing about your logic.
No, you can't. Mine
Yes,
has
I
actual
can.
evidence over here. You absolute buffoon.
Oh Lord! And here I thought you so much folks would be a lot more.
Yeah,
What's the word?
yeah. Talk.
Just all you are.
It's your spell. You
Fine,
can do what you want
if
to do
you-
with it.
If you think you can get something out of it, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to speak with the dead.
So to answer questions that have been happening in chat, yes, lawful neutral. Speak with dead. 5 questions. So you infuse the skeleton of this creature with necromantic energy, causing it to briefly animate, its eyes glowing with a pale green light. Regards you, waiting for your inquiries.
I would probably ask a question of Valerian as soon as he's done, getting that started, and I would ask him, "Do you want to be the one to ask the questions? This may only speak Celestial. I mean, if you speak Celestial, great, but if you know... I don't. It doesn't look like an elemental to me, so not that much use here.
Does Valerian know Celestial, or does he need someone to translate for him? Jay, if you're talking, none of us can hear you.
Might be formulating questions. We don't know. Can't hear it. It's a mystery.
Does he have Celestial on his sheet, yes or no?
No. One way to find out, I guess. Yep. Yeah, he'll be able to understand it once he asks his questions. He speaks in Celestial at all. I guess it depends on how he asks them.
What's right? I'm gonna fucking laugh if I get vindicated.
Okay, well, just asking while he's busy doing what he's doing. The candle, is it over on the table? Was it over bones in here, or
It was over here.
where it was? It wasn't. So it wasn't anywhere near the room. So all right. While he's busy asking questions or formulating them, I'm just gonna go over here and yeah, or just be over here, carefully avoiding the circle, and I'll just, I guess, pick up the candle since there's nothing that I found that indicates it's gonna blow my head off or anything. So
Sorry about that. I had to deal with one of the roommates.
There you go. Corpse is ready for you to ask questions whenever you're good to go. Candle. The candle is yours. You can go ahead and add that to your inventory. It's probably searchable.
so you're saying I take candle. Excellent. I take candle.
Yeah, it's a drag and drop from the compendium if you want to add it to your sheet.
I want to ask the corpse. What's his name?
Corpse regards you and says, Arturiel.
That's one of the crossed out names.
How'd you get here?
Infernal summoning. I, a wizard, and servant of the hells.
Okay, out of character. Can you repeat that without the? Yeah, I couldn't hear.
No. Yeah, a wizard in service to the hells. Infernal summoning.
That's 2 questions, 3 more.
What's the wizard's name? What does she want? That's 3 and 4.
I don't know her name. She wanted a sacrifice.
Out of character. I know how he's going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. Sacrifice for what?
Is that your question you're asking the corpse, or you're asking me?
I'm asking the corpse, the last 5th question. Sacrifice for what?
Dark ritual. Finish what the Dark One started. Thousands of years ago.
Not that's much further back than the breaking.
The corpse's life fades from it, what animation it was given now dispelled, and the skeleton falls back against the wall once more.
What language was he speaking?
What language were you asking?
Just sake of the argument, common.
And he would answer in common.
Okay. No, I tell all the information I got from the party. Got to the party.
Dark ritual.
See, that's more information than we had before. Dark ritual. From really long time ago, before I was even born.
Before any of us were born. Well, except maybe. Oh, no. Either one.
Yeah, not me. I was born like 3 days ago.
Well, that depends. That body was born 3 days ago, but you generally. I contracted you, what, several months ago?
Oh yeah, you knew me, master. Hashtag birthday.
I love how you've given him that voice.
Yes. Right. So, I will spare everyone else any other details, but a further investigation of this room is not going to give you any more than what I've already given you. So, moving onward.
What would can I make a roll to see what would it take to destroy this circle, prevent it from being used again?
High level dispel magic, probably do it. Or if you could destroy the plate underneath, it might disrupt the magic, but that would require a decent amount of damage to be done to it.
That's something to do on our way back.
I've got an idea. Is the plate currently is it affixed to anything?
It's part of the floor.
Oh, okay. I had an idea, but I don't know if it would work at all. It sounds dangerous and stupid, so.
Does this thing have like a hardness rating, or is it just like?
It's a big ass stone plate. You're gonna need a lot of force to be able to break it. A good amount of shattering. If you're wizardly inclined.
Just making sure, would I need to make any kind of an arcana check to see if it's warded against spells being cast on the plate itself? Like its material?
I mean, it just appears like stone. The only thing that's really magical about this is the circle itself, which is inscribed upon the stone. Anyway.
In theory, what I could do is I could cast Blood Warriors, just have them wail on the plate till it breaks.
Sure, provided they could do enough damage to it. You certainly could. It would take a lot of time.
Yeah, time we can handle later. Let's go. Fucking.
This is like a construction project you're talking about, like taking sledgehammers to concrete. That'll be a while.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go through with my dumb idea. What it would do, it might end up destabilizing the place. So
Once we're done, we can destroy the plate.
yeah, I think that's.
Oh, one more thing. Chance will go over to the body and say, "Well," and take a moment to take the cuffs off. I assume it's easy to fit the bones up through the cuffs.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
And with a few words in Celestial, Chance will then just burn the bones.
Okay. And while he's in there doing that, is there anything that could be done to render the cuffs unusable in the future?
I mean, same thing with the stone plate, high level dispel magic, or just destroying the chains somehow.
What would I have that could do that? I don't think I've got anything powerful enough to make.
You need to roll really, really high on dispel magic in order to get this thing.
But
Yeah, and I don't
how long
have
does
it.
it take
So.
for the bones to burn?
It's gonna take a while. You need to like make a pyre. Bones are these bones specifically, especially, very resistant to fire.
Yeah, well, I guess Chance will take time to do that.
Mm.
Call it setting up a bonfire of some sort. You can leave that as it is to cremate.
I'll assist if he really wants. I don't mind taking the help action to help him get that a little quicker. So.
Once that's done, everyone's heading upstairs, right?
Cold comfort to the dead.
Yep.
But it's at least something.
Yep. At least they can't hurt him anymore. I hope.
Oh, bad reference. Bad.
Took their candle.
Mm.
So, heading up the stairs, you find yourselves in yet another room, a small room with 2 doors, one on either side, as you kind of crest the staircase here.
Okay. I guess I'd go to the closest door to me and see if it's locked.
It is.
Okay. Well, I would definitely play it safe and roll perception to see if it obviously has any sort of traps or anything really not
investigation.
Not right. Investigation. Okay. All right. Regular roll.
Yep. You're fairly confident there's no traps in the door.
Okay. All right. Well, unless anybody particularly objects, I'm going to try to pick this one open. So, anybody have any objections to me doing that before I go ahead?
I'll give you guidance. That's about it. That's my only objection.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it gladly. So,
An interjection.
all right. Now, how do I add that on again? Because every time I'm doing it, it just kind of.
Honestly, just roll a d4.
All right. I'm just gonna. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Global skill modifier. Got it. Okay.
There you go.
I think it's on. All right. Let me hope it does what it's supposed to do and not do what it isn't. Okay.
Cool. Well, I mean, that's a 30. It's going to open pretty much any door in the game. Easy enough, you can unlock the door. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah,
Opens the door to darkness.
There's something
Smile, friend.
through this door. All right.
Oh yeah, that look. I recognize that shape. Well, not personally, but I know of it.
No, you recognize that personally.
Oh. Oh, I think I figured out where I spent some of the past few months.
Yeah, you get a little bit of memory flashes here, buddy. Some PTSD's happening for you. Make me a wisdom saving throw. Okay. You have to kind of like take some time to meditate and calm yourself down.
Hold on a sec.
You were on the cusp of having a panic attack there for a second, but you managed to assuage it. But this is indeed some form of torture room, given the implements laid out on the table, the hot brand in the fire over in the corner of the room, stretch rack, and the Iron Maiden closet there in the corner there.
You know, you would think. This chance looks at he looks at the hot poker, hot iron. You would think having fire resistance, or having flesh that's resistant to fire, would make these less painful. No, it just means they can be more liberal with the application.
Yes, it does. I will also say the Iron Maiden on the far end of the room stylized like a bat-winged demon, where the wings form the doors of the iron cabinet. It does currently have a lock on it. If anyone wants to try and unlock it, open it and see what's inside. Other than that, this is a torture.
Yeah, you may want to do that to somebody if there's something in there. May want to try and get it out before sanguinates. If it hasn't already.
Okay.
And I'm going to have Fuego ready in action to yeet Limestone away if it seems like the fucking Iron Man's gonna grab him or some shit.
Okay.
Well, hey, I got an idea here. You know what? No, we'll just go with that. So, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna do investigation on this just to make sure I'm not gonna get blown up trying to open whatever this is.
Okay. Go for it.
All right.
Right, not 20. I'll take it. Yeah, no, you're fairly confident that this thing is not gonna jump out at you. Does not seem like it's going to be any problem if you were to unlock it.
Still gonna hold the action just in case something happens when he opens it that is potentially dangerous to Limestone.
Sure.
Yeah, I am gonna use a bit of caution myself as well, and I am just going to attempt to. I know it's only from 10 feet out, but still, gonna Mage Hand Ledger Domain that.
Arcane Trickster!
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, sorry, I have no shame when it comes to keeping my appendages. So
Of course, it's only logical.
okay,
Okay.
Fantastic, even better.
So, I hate to be that guy, but the ghost light is off again.
That's because I keep dragging your default token on stuff.
I mean, it also really doesn't matter.
okay.
How long does that last?
use-
Does this just last for 24 hours? Like, what is it?
It's less an hour.
I mean, that probably would be gone by next. Remember, we short rested.
Yeah, well, you can recast it. It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a
No,
cantrip.
it's a
It's
one.
not a cantrip.
It's a one. Well, whatever. You can still cast it.
Yeah, unless you cast it again, it'd be gone.
And it makes a big difference because I couldn't see anything except for the darkness. I was,
yeah, because you're a human, Lamau.
fuck you.
Contrary to the picture. So, upon unlocking and opening the Iron Maiden, you actually realize it's not an Iron Maiden, but it is an iron kind of armoire. And there are several items in here. In fact, many items that you recognize, Chance. Your old staff, for example, and much of your old gear.
Great, now I got... Where did I put that screen snip of my inventory?
Yeah.
I wish we would have found this before we took a short rest.
So basically, everything that was in your inventory before, add that to your inventory again, as well as any other magic items that were a part of Scholar's March from previous characters. Those are also in here.
Woof.
Is it in our DMs, maybe?
I would definitely be looking at the stuff in there with great interest and seeing if there's anything that would be of interest to a man of many talents.
Everything?
Well, more for a thiefly type specifically.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, here it is.
But, BG, did you say everything?
Everything.
Everything that I would have had with me.
Oh, just what Chance said. Okay, got it.
Everything from everything.
No.
Oh, all of the Scholar's March equipment's in there?
Yeah. Tavanta, fucking Lamora, and what was the other one? Galvesh.
Then it's going to smell very rank in there right now.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
No, you don't understand. Dalabash had 10 pounds of bear meat.
Yeah, he did. Well, that's gone.
Oh.
But, I mean, like everything that's non-perishable, you know, within reason. Come on.
Yeah. Chance will take a particular needle and pocket it for. That was something that belonged to me. Let's see
Okay.
that. And here's my staff.
So let me.
Chan-
And this
Chance
is
takes
also, by the way, sans money. Like the money's gone. You don't
Oh,
have
I
any
figured.
coins. It's just what was in the inventory section. The items.
Yeah.
Chance would also see a very familiar box of what is it, brandy?
Did
Yeah,
you say?
bourbon.
I'm gonna post
Oh.
these in chat, by the way, as well, so you guys have
Oh, boy.
a list of things.
Oh boy.
So let's see. I got my cloak of a kind back. You may want that, Limestone.
If that's okay with you, then I will gladly. Is that something I have to attune to?
Yes.
Trying to think what I've got because I may already be at my limit. I've got my boots and I've got that. Yeah, you know what?
Correctly, doesn't the cloak of a kind give an extra? Oh no, I'm thinking another thing. Because in some other thing, if you have like a cloak of elven kind and a boots of elven kind, if you're tuned to both of them, you get like an extra bonus.
Yeah, but I think that was out of character for a minute. I'm pretty sure that was third. So 90% sure it was third.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder.
Hey, goggles of night. Do we know anybody who could somehow use those? Anybody? Anybody at all? Anybody who likes
when we find him.
Well,
Yeah,
anybody who's currently
no.
with us that likes not being blind in the dark. Just putting
I'm
that
gonna
out
make this
there.
clear, and I will not hear any arguments to the contrary.
Okay.
Also, I assume the keys are gone.
Well, yeah, you guys recovered the keys already, though.
Yeah. I will hear no arguments to the contrary. The stuff that's mine, I would be willing to give out if someone else can make better use of it. But stuff that belonged to my friends, no. Those are going right back to them the moment we find them.
So you're not going to take the boxes of the bourbon?
I'll be holding on to them until we can return them.
I do suggest whatever else you hold on to. Looks like there's a bag of holding here, so useful for putting the other stuff in. Just mentioning it.
Yeah, that's going to be the intent. Just put everything in the bag of holding that doesn't belong to Chance. Chance will hand Limestone the Cloak of Elvenkind.
The cloak of Elvenkind. Okay, I will. I guess I need to look up what that does.
It gives perception to see you at disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks.
That's handy. Okay, yeah, I probably will when I can.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving it to you, because I figured you would get the most use out of it.
Yeah, that's probably of more use to me than the wizard. Not that the wizard hat is bad. It is styling.
We may have to change how Staff of the Soulbound works a little bit, Vijay.
Probably. Well, I don't know about that.
The reason why is because we changed how hit points are factored in for Summoner and Eidolon. And if you remember the Staff of the Soulbound, how that works.
Well, it just gives resistance to the attack, right?
And temp HP to the other party. But since there is another party HP pool...
We could just call it that you get temp HP equal to half the damage. Or we can do a roll for it, I guess. I think probably a roll would be better. I'll see about that. I don't... Actually, I might have already changed it, but let me double check it.
You might have. And where's the item description again so I can just plug it in?
It's on D&D Beyond.
We can handle that later. I'll just add my shit back to my inventory.
Where is it? Not the shackles. There it is. Staff the soul. Try to have an image. I didn't change it, but I'll wait to post it until I change it. But just we'll say that you get we'll say you get a number of temporary HP equal to
I mean, I have to attune to it, so it's like not relevant for right now. But
Right. You know what I'll do is I'll keep the charges the same, but you can expend multiple charges, and each charge you expend will give you more temp HP as a result of doing it. So that's what I will end up doing with it. Essentially, I'll give the staff 3 charges. What you do is you can expend at least 1 charge. It gives resistance to the attack, so you take less damage, and then every other charge every charge you spend gives you like, I don't know, 1d4, 2d4. Let's see, it's an uncommon, so probably 1d4 plus something temp HP per charge spent. So like if you do it against one triggering attack and use all 3, you can get a shit ton of temp HP on top of whatever you lost.
would you say the T-Rex tooth would be perishable or non-perishable?
Anything perishable has been gone forever. So
Well, saying
anything
that-
that's perishable is gone.
I don't know if a tooth is classified as perishable.
No, I'm talking about like meat and rations and severed orc heads and whatever else you guys would have in your fucking inventory.
Yeah, because I also was holding on to some. I was planning to get to some of those displacer beast pelt, but that's definitely perishable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, complete out of character for a second. Teeth are not perishable. Just
No, they
let's
don't
just
go
say
away.
I had one extracted a while back and kept in a little jar, and it's a rock.
Well,
It's a white rock. It's a white rock that used to be in my head.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it.
It's people rocks is what it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's actually got a name, hydrofluoroxyapatite. That is a naturally occurring rare mineral that can occur in some kinds of quartz formations,
The more you know.
but
I'm surprised.
Or- but more commonly in people's jaws. Yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't take this. And Chance will rifle through his book of notes that he's taken, including the notes on the combustion engine.
Well, I mean, they probably did take that, but then they probably did take that, and then they were like, "Ah, fuck it, this is stupid, and it's not going to work." That's from the jetpacks, right?
No, that was from like. Well, I think it was the jetpacks and the ship itself.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
It's probably like it's still technology that could be furthered and
I mean, you don't know if they took it or not.
refined.
Intaglio's
I
a
mean-
spell.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Most of this stuff that I either don't care enough to get or is with my artifacts, so I wouldn't have had it with me when I got kidnapped anyway.
You're good. So,
And it's at this moment, Chance grimaces as they realize, oh, I have to reapply the tattoo. That's.
a lot of stuff you need to do.
If you ever had a magical tattoo, you would think it would not be painful because it's just pick yourself with one needle one time, it'll just flow like water into your skin. No, it's about as painful as a normal tattoo, if not worse.
Right. So,
All right.
inventory notwithstanding, there is another door at the other end of that hallway.
Is that not a door? A doorway here, or is that just
No, that's
funny wall?
that's there for a reason, but you don't know what it is yet.
Was this door locked as well?
Yep.
Limestone, if you please.
Yeah, I'll probably, on my way there, I will probably look at the table of various implements of pain infliction, see if there's anything particularly shiny that needs to go in my pocket.
Well, there are several knives available if you wanted to take a couple of daggers.
A
and
lot
throw
of
in
them would
inventory.
drive blood.
That's all well and good. Is there something a bit more exotic? Maybe? I'm just looking around for something cool.
Not on that table. The chains is part of that rack. Could be something. Same design essentially as the chains downstairs. If you were to take some time,
Hmm.
you could remove those chains and add them to your inventory, though, because they're part of a machine and not staple to the.
Eh,
Yeah, I'd be careful with stuff in there. Limestone. A lot of that's probably, well, hasn't been cleaned.
yeah,
Get your tetanus shots
I-
there, kid.
Yeah.
I should know. I was on the receiving end of most of those.
yeah. I think I would. I think I would probably leave the nice bloody knives and chains alone. Well. I was looking. So hard to find. So hard to find nice things in a torture chamber. Recent history aside.
I am definitely not going to have a pleasant night's rest tonight.
Well, I still, I give him a nod. I thank you very much for. Very, very comfortable. Downright roomy.
No, the cloak will do you more favors, and also it'll shrink to fit once you return to it.
Hmm. Okay. Well. Let me see here.
Chance will take a moment to, assuming that fucking Valerian gets out of the way, he'll close the door to the torture chamber.
That's a good idea. Yeah, as long as everybody's
wanting
in
to
this
get-
room.
Wanting to get out of his mind.
Yeah,
Out of sight, out of mind, yes?
sounds good. Actually, you know what? How difficult would it be for me to lock that? I mean, just to take a minute to. I mean, I've already opened it, so if it's not too much trouble to just lock it back, so maybe if somebody's looking to see if somebody's messed with it, maybe they think nobody has. You never know. Could be useful to leave it like I found.
Sure.
I mean,
All right.
you probably should have done it with the
Reluctant.
demon maiden then as well.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Yeah, well, you know,
31 is pretty good.
you remember to do smart stuff when you remember to do smart. I guess.
let's
Well-
get through here as quick as possible, please.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. I guess investigation or perception on this lock here in front of me to make sure. Yeah, I know it's usually not something that comes up, but hey, yeah, I'll go. I guess investigation and see if it is bad. is something that would do bad stuff I don't want. So, all right.
Nothing you can tell.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a shot. I will. You know what? I'll make a nod over to the the fire creature next to me. Just be ready to yank me back in case something take my head off. Okay.
I hate to be that guy, but I gotta go as well.
Yeah, we're gonna
Gotta
end
take
here.
care.
We're gonna end here in just a second. We're getting close. To
All right. I am regular sleight of hand roll to try to unlock that sucker. An 18 on it for what it's worth.
Well, unfortunately, this lock eludes you. There
Oh, well.
you can't find any purchase with your tools, your implements in there.
If there's a chance that I don't care about things anymore. Fuego,
Yeah.
smash.
Oh, standing
What?
back, letting him do his. Yeah.
Starts to ram his body into the door. This
Okay, then.
this is an interesting conundrum. Throughout the smashing of the door, one thing becomes very apparent, and that is that these are not typical doors. These are magically enforced doors for sure. Obviously, this is where you were kept. This is a prison, and it's meant to hold people of your caliber. Simply smashing the door down is not going to do it.
Fine. I'll have Fuego stand aside, and Chance will just put his hand up to the doorknob because the doorknob and the lock thus are probably the least reinforced of the whole door. Because reinforcing something that delicate is generally a difficult thing to do, especially this level, this world's level of tech. ignore that 3.
I gotta look something up real quick here. Hold on.
I'm aiming it specifically that if there's anyone friendly behind this door, like there's someone chained up on the wall, they're not going to get fucking speared with lightning.
I know. I gotta look up and see if this does anything.
Yeah, I guess a way you could do. Are you going to just like angle it down or something?
He's casting it like into the door. I'm looking to see whether or not the arcane lock spell adds anything to the thing, because essentially without the password, without the password or knock or the key, your checks to open this door have to be pretty monstrous.
Otherwise, it isn't impassable until it is broken, or the spells are suppressed.
Yeah. So the spell is broken. Exactly.
No, it says it's impassable. It says the spell is suppressed. It separates the spell bit from the broken, so the broken is referring to the lock.
I know. I understand. Now, here's the other thing: is that I can find the AC for an iron door, or whatever it uses. Statistics for objects.
I don't think the AC matters because it's a.
I know, but it might have something to do with. If I can find like objects and damage types. It's iron door, lightning. Let's see. There's not like a lot of like. This is what this is to fucking open this door. Okay. Let's call it max of 48. What's the max of 48? 8 times 4. 32?
32. 32 max, yeah.
Okay, so you deal a decent amount of damage to the door, but it's not open yet.
Yeah. Cool.
Great. So lock busts off his hinges there. I'm just gonna delete this door icon entirely, so it's just not there anymore. The lock explodes, and you're given access to the rest of the chamber. So in here, you see kind of a curved hallway that continues clockwise, with several cell doors here that are all kind of spaced out equidistant along the perimeter.
I'm just gonna take a. I'm assuming with a cursor glance, I can tell all these doors are also locked.
Oh yeah.
Limestone, here's your cue.
All right, I'll give it a whirl. I guess I'll go to the first one inside the door. Yeah,
I'll give him guidance on it, but also, why do you call him limestone?
Because he asked.
And also, I look over at Valerian, and I look towards him, and I rub my fingers on my face, and it makes a grating sound like soft stone.
Oh,
That's why. Let's just say I get it from my dad.
He asked to be called Limestone when he introduced himself. Excuse me for being polite.
I'm the one who calls him Lemmy, because it's easier for me to do.
I blame this on BG.
Yeah, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. It's just nicknames are better for me sometimes. Go ahead and roll me that sleight of hand check if you want to try and open the door.
Yep, I'm just gonna do that and hope it doesn't.
I'll tell you this much. Each one of these doors has arcane lock on it. DC for the check is 30.
Yep.
If you dispel the lock somehow or find a key somewhere, you can bring that down to 20.
That's all well and good, but I don't have a way of doing it.
Fine.
I'm
We'll
gonna.
I was typed out. Sorry.
Go ahead and roll your check.
All right. Yep. Doing sleight of hand, and I got to add on whatever. Too. So I think it's turned on. Let's see what happens. Normal roll. Nope. Not that one.
No, sir. Unable to get that one. His locks are eluding you a
Fun.
little bit.
I assume some of these doors here aren't cell doors.
They're all cell doors, except for this
That one?
Yep, except for the one at the end of the hallway, and this one up here. This one's something else. I'll give you a history check with disadvantage to see if you can maybe try and remember something about what that door potentially leads to. Something that
12.
memories just aren't coming. You don't know.
Can I
You
try
don't
it?
know what that could possibly be. It could be. It could be, another cell. It could be another row of cells. It could be.
Are
storage
these?
closet,
Out of curiosity, is this door still locked? Because it might be locked. Because I figured it would probably be locked from
Oh, yeah.
this side, since it seems like that was the way this was supposed to be designed.
Yeah, it's definitely locked. That door is a little bit different than the others in that it has no handle or lock. It's password only.
Chance will say the passphrase for the door earlier.
Sure. The door easily enough unlocks, and we're able to go through it if you wish.
Of course. And I hope, and he'll check to the side. Hopefully, is there a conveniently hanging key ring on a hook?
There is. There is a set of keys, one for each cell, presumably. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 keys on a ring.
Chance will get the key ring, go back, and then just start. He's gonna just go down the line, unlocking the doors and opening them
Blurp.
one at a time.
Where are you starting from, and which doors are you opening?
Okay,
That's my
I'm gonna start from this door.
Okay.
And I'm
So-
gonna go through the keys until one fits.
Well, yeah, sure. It unlocks easily enough. And when the keys are being shoved in the lock, you hear scuffling on the inside of the door. As if something's moving around on the inside.
Chance will ready himself for a potential, because knowing himself, he already knows that if there's someone back there who's been a prisoner, they're probably about to lunge at the first thing they fucking see, and he'll whisper that to Limestone.
Yeah, I am putting the hood up on newly gifted cloak that I have.
Is
and
that Timon, though?
I am. Oh, that's right. That doesn't work. Never mind.
You can still put the hood up, it just won't do anything.
Yeah, it won't do much.
It'll
I'm
make you
still
look
gonna
more
make a.
mysterious.
I'm
Chance
still gonna make
will-
I'm still gonna make a regular stealth roll. So let's see what happens.
Go for it.
That's something, I guess.
Once that happens, Chance will then open the door.
On the other end of the door, inside and chained to the wall in similar rags as the skeleton downstairs, you see a man who, as beaten and bruised as he is, has some of the most, like, for lack of a better term, attractive features you've ever seen. Perfectly symmetrical face.
Damn,
If
Chance
it-
ain't
if
even
it weren't
gay.
for
This
the-
guy's hot.
Like, even though he's probably been in here for a while, judging by his current state, he has 5 o'clock shadow perpetually, like nothing worse than that. His hair is perfectly coiffed. It's like shoulder length, like chestnut brown hair. And he's looking at you with this like expression of hatred and confusion, in that he has never seen you before. You do not recognize this individual at all. You have never seen this person before in your life.
I was hoping you were someone else. Well, let's get you out of here. One prisoner at a time. I suppose you can tell me your name while I'm going about getting you out of here?
Something tells me you're not part of the Black Circle, are you?
Oh, given how I was on the rack back there for on and off for the past few months, safe assumption.
Right. if you have the way to open my manacles, I would be most grateful.
Chance Fairweather, one of Scar's March, formerly a prisoner here.
I am known as Jakariel.
Ah, one of the angels that was summoned and imprisoned here.
For lack of a better term, yes, but
Your name was on a list that we found on the way here.
that would explain it better, right?
We unfortunately found D'Arturio.
And what has become of him?
Long dead.
Damn it.
Bones. We did what we could to at least lay his remains to rest, but we didn't exactly know his former lord.
Well, thank you for doing all you can at the very least. I'm unsure how many of my brethren they've taken thus far, but I know of one other one that was in the cell. One of the cells here. We were able to communicate briefly, but I've not heard from them in quite some time.
Any of these names ring a bell? And Chance will hold up the paper with the list of names.
And the ones that still has crossed off names too, right?
Yep.
Yes, all of them. All of them were my brothers and sisters in arms.
If D'Arturio's any indication, it's safe to say the crossed out ones have probably left us. So, ripping that band-aid off now before we open a cell and find the bones.
She really is gone. Curse these infernal wizards. Fuck all of them. Get me out of this cage.
Let me see. Chance will see if any of the keys that he has fit the manacles.
Are we really trusting him this easily? Just to be, so we're on the same page here.
They're enemies of the Black Circle, and makes them our allies by default.
Enemies of my enemies are not always my friend.
I can assure you
Valerian?
that I hold no grudge against you, unless you are part of their infernal cabal. Release me and I will bring down the might of Torm upon my enemies.
The only part of the Black Circle I want to be is bringing down their destruction. Does that count?
Sounds like an ally to me.
And Valerian, if you're trying to tell me not to free the prisoners here, I will quite frankly, the next lightning bolt is not going to go through the door, it's going to go through your head.
Is that a threat?
You were not under the tender mercies here for several months like I was.
We just lost somebody.
Yeah, I know. He had to go. We're going to end here in a second.
Chance will do any of the keys. Do any of the keys fit?
Yeah, his cell key fits the chains.
I will ask that you hold your wrath at least long enough for us to get the rest of the prisoners out.
I may be able to assist with that as well. First things first, he holds out his hands, kind of like, the cuff me symbol, the cuff me gesture.
Chance will undo the manacles.
Fantastic.
On the first date?
As you undo the manacles and as they fall to the ground at his feet, you watch as he rubs his wrists, there is, where the manacles were cutting into him, instead of red blood, there is golden blood. And as he rubs the wounds and kind of massages his wrists, you see a soft white and yellow glow kind of come over his body and suffuse the entire cell in this bright flash of light. And when the light fades and he is standing before you, you see not the same man as before, but a angelic knight with wings of steel, covered head to toe in heavenly plate armor, wielding a sword, a long sword, that is lightly glowing with kind of this like effervescent white light. That is much better. Though my countenance is not quite what it used to be, I believe I can be of some assistance to you in freeing the rest of the people entrapped here. Although I must warn you, some of them may be too far gone to save.
Have to try at least, shouldn't we?
Very well. Kind of stretches his wings, and as they scrape the stone, sparks fly off the corners from the wingtips there. He says, "Bring your keys. Let us be rid of this tower once and for all." And with that, we're going to end the session right here, before you guys go on and open the other cells, because it is 4 o'clock. Played for a while, and I'm going to try and end the session. So,
Just wanted to say on the recording that Chance has actually threatened my character.
okay. Will do. That's going to be the end of the session. Hopefully we have more people next week. We shall see.
What the fuck happened to Devin?
He has to deal with his dad. His dad has appointments, like doctor's appointments, on Mondays now.
Yeah, he's dealing with some real life stuff.
Yeah. So there's things that are happening in the background. He's hopeful that he'll be back soon enough, but there's there's hospital stuff he needs to deal with at the moment. So we're gonna give the benefit of the doubt. He may or may not take a reprieve from the game for a little bit, as is customary when these things happen. But that's fine. It's absolutely fine. He's welcome to come back whenever he's ready and able.
Yeah, life takes priority, always.
If we get out of the tower, having recovered Tavanta in whatever way, and I have a way to make that.
Imagine he comes back like weeks later, like, yeah, Tavanta's back. Wait, what?
Yeah, well, hopefully he's going to watch the replays. But regardless, when he comes back, we can do that whole thing. I have. It's easy enough to make him.
Did we stop the recording already, or just
No, we're still going. I'm just saying. In the meantime, there's a way we can bring him back in, but if we finish the tower and he's still not back, then LA's leaving, so I don't have to deal with NPC things, and we can bring back Tavanta whenever that happens. So,
Makes sense.
see you guys next week. Good session, and yeah, bye.
I had fun.